Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD and welcome to the Ruoff Mortgage 500 at Phoenix Raceway, race 4 of 36 of the NASCAR Cup Series. We've got 3 winners so far this season. Rookie Austin Cindric, defending champion Kyle Larson, and the hack / closer Alex Bowman. One of them win today, especially with Alex Bowman at his home track. We shall see. Ryan Blaney won the pole today, the 7th pole of his career, and his 3rd at Phoenix Raceway. I've got the starting lineup all set up. I'm just waiting for the command to be given before I do that. Thank you all so much for coming out to the stream. Let's see if we can hit another sub review goal and keep this channel going. It's going to be 312 laps around this 1 mile oval. Got a thermos here for good hydration.
With you for every mile on the road to greatness. Goodyear, more driven. If you want a free chance at Clint Boyer's money, scan the QR code down.
Drivers are getting ready to go off.
Then you got to answer 6 questions about stage 2 of today's race here. And you'll have a chance to win $10,000. Check it out. Good luck. Watch the race and enjoy. It's been a good start to the season compared to where we were last year. Just thought we would take a look at some numbers here. We've had 90 lead changes. And the
90 lead changes through 3 races. Final lead change was average 6 laps to go with 31 cautions. And the average green flag stretch of, the final green flag stretch is 3. We've had 1 green, okay, how many green white checkers have we had? We've had 2 green white checkers. Although it's not really a fair comparison because last year's one of the races on a road course, and that's going to offset everything. All the stats.
How he doesn't have any points and nothing has gone right. You put Denny Hamlin's back against the wall.
I'll say Denny Hamlin wins this race, by the way.
We've seen him get pit road speeding penalty after penalty and come back and win the race. So I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin to win the day, and keep your eye on the 8 car of Tyler Reddick as well. Tyler is so good when the conditions are tough, Chris, and this is the hottest day of the year. The sun's been baking down on this track. We talk about how loose these cars are and how difficult they are to drive. Watch Tyler. He can overcome all that.
Yeah, and you know, you didn't mention a Hendrick Chevrolet driver. If you go back, I mean, we know they won the last 2 championships, right, with Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson. The last 44 races, half of them have been won by a Hendrick driver, and they have a chance today, Michael, I know, even though Larson is again starting in the rear, to sweep the West Coast swing. Who would be your top Hendrick driver?
That's true. They could sweep the West Coast.
Let's go with Kyle Larson. He was the fastest car in practice yesterday on the long run. But he's going to go to the
Of course, on the back of that car has the slogan "Drive for 5," popularized by Jeff Gordon's 14-year crusade for his 5th championship that never happened.
With us, the roar of the engine through the valley of the sun.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Chief Administrative Officer of Ruoff Mortgage, Kim Murphy.
It's a beautiful day at the Ruoff Mortgage 500. Race fans, are you ready?
There you go. Psych them up. Psych them up.
Well then, drivers, start your engine.
That's how you do a starting command. The cars are firing up, ready for a said 312 laps.
Mike Joy. Danica Patrick, Clint Boyer coming your way.
All right, and now I will start off with the starting lineup. Hold on. Does YouTube get anything for hitting 500 subs? 500 subs unlocks the community tab. It'll come up sometime in the next week. Anyway, starting lineup. Starting 36. Go over the number 47, Fry's NOS Chevrolet. For JTG Daugherty Racing, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Starting 35th. Go over the number 15, Jacob Company's Ford to complete the West Coast swing. For Rickware Racing, Garrett Smithley. Starting 34th, got the number 78, Premier Business Investments Ford for Live Fast Motorsports, BJ McLeod. Starting 33rd, got the number 38, Frontline Enterprises Inc. Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Todd Gilliland. Starting 32nd, got the number 51, Nerdtech ODT Ford for Rickware Racing, Cody Ware. Starting 31st, got the number 77, Voyager Crypto for All Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Lyndon Castle. Starting 30th, driving the number 7, Built.com Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoy. Starting 29th, driving the number 16, Action Industries Chevrolet for Colleague Racing, AJ Allmendinger. Starting 28th, driving the number 31, Leaf Filter Gutter Protection Chevrolet for Colleague Racing, Justin Haley. Starting 27th, driving the number 23, Root Insurance Toyota for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Starting 26th, driving the number 17, It's Savvy Ford for Roush Fenwick Keselowski Racing, Chris Buescher. Starting 25th, driving the number 41, HaasTooling.com Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Cole Custer. Starting 24th, driving the number 21, Dex Imaging Ford for the Wood Brothers, Harrison Burton. Starting 23rd, driving the number 99, Comscope Chevrolet for Team Trackhouse, Daniel Suarez. Starting 22nd, driving the number 34, Love's Travel Stops Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Starting 20th, driving the number 19, Bass Pro Shops Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Martin Truex Jr. Starting 19th, driving the number 9, Unifirst Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Starting 18th, driving the number 6, Violet Defense Ford for Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Brad Keselowski. Starting 17th, driving the number 1 K1 Speed Chevrolet for Team Trackhouse, Ross Chastain. Starting 16th, driving the number 4 Hunt Brothers Pizza Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Kevin Harvick. Starting 15th, driving the number 45 Moneyline Toyota for 2311 Racing, Kurt Busch. Starting 14th, driving the number 43 Focus Factor Chevrolet for Petty GMS, Eric Jones. Starting 13th, driving the number 3 Get Bioethanol Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon. Starting 12th, driving the number 8 Guaranteed Rate Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Tyler Reddick. Starting 11th, driving the number 18 DeWalt Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Kyle Busch. Getting into the top 10, starting 10th, driving the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske, Joey Logano. Starting 9th, driving the number 48 Ally Best Friend Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Starting 8th, driving the number 2 Auto Trader Ford for Team Penske, Austin Cindric. Starting 7th, driving the number 5 Valvoline Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Starting 6th, driving the number 14 Mahindra Tractors Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Chase Briscoe. Starting 5th, driving the number 10 Smithfield Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Eric Almirola. Starting 4th, driving the number 20 Rheem Capital Container Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Starting 3rd, driving the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. Starting 2nd, driving the number 11 FedEx Office Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. And on the pole, driving the number 12 Menards Maytag Ford with a speed of 27.127 seconds and a speed of 132.709 miles per hour, Ryan Blaney. And that is your starting lineup.
Danica, Mike Joy up the Fox Sports booth. You got us?
I got you.
Hi, buddy. getting here. Been beat up a little bit. Not used to seeing you back in the points like this.
Small sample size so far this year.
My whole screen is frozen. I gotta restart my stream. That's annoying.
Not used to seeing you back in the points like this.
Oh, fuck. That's great. So,
Business as usual. This 11 car on the front row of this
why is it?
race today. Can you get it turned around right here in Phoenix?
I gotta speed this up.
Forward camera.
There we go.
Is number 2.
I just wish my thing didn't keep stuttering.
74 degrees. Well, it was sunny when we made this graphic, but the clouds have rolled in and filled about 80% of the sky right now.
I can promise you, it's pretty warm up there. On top of Rattlesnake Hill, I was sweating. I was glad I didn't put that blazer on.
Beautiful day, though. I mean,
Thing about Phoenix, of course, if you haven't seen it, is the dog leg. You can dive really deep into a dog leg right before turn 1 to try and gain a couple of positions, and it makes for really good restarts.
I'm excited for them to see what's fixing to happen here today.
Similar to Vegas being wide enough so you can fan out really easily.
60, 125, and 127 long. Kyle Larson.
Thank you, Zachary Oswald, for subscribing.
Ricky Stenhouse changed an engine, and Harrison Burton changed an ignition switch. They will start out back as here they come to green.
All right, here we go. The cars are revving up. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Holy crap. One car dove really deep. It was Kyle Busch, and he gained about 4 spots.
Well, he's still on the bottom. Kyle, the racetrack's up here. Holy cow, he is down on the bottom.
He went from 11th to 7th just from diving near the dog leg. Ryan Blaney still up front, right into 24 and 11 right behind it. Well, not really right behind him, but they are behind him.
At the beginning of the race, it's also clean. They've blown it all off. There's no
It's
dust.
so awesome my computer can't seem to handle it, which is annoying. My computer's been acting up all day, too, which is a really annoying part. Okay, you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. I will simply plug my iPad in like I would normally do. Like sometimes. Yeah, I can tell you're having problems.
Into this race, there was so much concern. Can they do that with these cars being as low as they are? That diffusion.
This is a good battle.
There we go.
24 William Byron was really fast in practice. My eyes are on him for a favorite today. Mr. Bell not giving an inch. There's still
There we go.
below the resin that was put down.
Bell passes Byron for third. Right now, second place Denny Hamlin, about a half a second behind the current leader, Ryan Blaney.
It's such a neat thing and what it gave to this race and the environment within the race. You can see him already out there, maybe just tiptoeing into it. 2 tires. Chase Briscoe behind him with 14 with all 4
Austin
tires.
Cindric trying to make a move on Kyle Busch for the 6th position. They're side by side right now. He's going to edge ahead. Busch trying to edge ahead just for now.
Short way across after the start-finish line here. Here's another look at it and the initial start of the race. Now there is no out of bounds here. The track is defined by the barriers on the inside and out. And that's it. The racing surface 50 feet wide. But that big wide apron in the dogleg is another 110 feet. And you can really shorten up a 1 mile lap here.
That's what you're saying. The racing surface is 160 feet right there. That's what you're saying.
That's what makes Phoenix really good for restarts. You can dive down so low.
somebody like that, the aggression, the experience in him, being able to pull that off and go for it right off the bat.
Like we've talked about, this is a track that's hard to pass. You tend to pass one car at a time. You don't get those big runs. And so, of course, the start and the restarts are going to be the best time to get spots. And at the very start, you get jammed up. You know what it's like, Clint. You get out there, you get behind people, you have to lift, you have to breathe it in the dog leg. And if you're on the bottom flat out, you've got an upper hand on other cars that are jammed up.
William Byron makes the pass on Christopher Bell for third.
And here comes Chase Briscoe as well on the inside of Bell.
Now you see drivers working their way up into that area that has been treated with the resin for additional grip up high.
Yep. Let you ride that high line.
All right, I can get under him. It's a shorter way around. I can dive down there to the bottom of the track, but I can't complete the
Also, probably after stage 1, I'm going to go get dinner. Just like I did yesterday.
Start to try to pull off a slide job, get up in front of them, and that cycle starts happening where outside, inside, outside, inside.
Usually one of the cars is having to push it a little more than the other one. And so if you can just hold them off for a little while, then they'll wear.
Blaney's trying to stretch out his lead and now to over a second. Bowman on the outside of Logano.
Alex Bowman having a look at Joey Logano. This is 8th place.
Now Logano passes for 8th. Yes.
So Bowman 2 spots behind where he started. Logano.
Here comes Reddick as well. Hope that his legs are doing well today.
You have to have, them elbows up and protect. You don't want to lose spots, but you want to run as low as you can on air pressure, probably a little bit free, and you got to hold on to that thing for a few laps till the pressures come up, because I want to be good on a long run. If I'm really happy taking off, I'm worried because I'm probably going to be way too tight on a long run.
Now, drivers that had to come from the back, Harrison Burton up 7.
Larson up to 27th. Right.
Kyle Larson up 8, going for 9 positions since the start of the race.
Just passed his 10th car. He passed the 16 of Allmendinger.
Ahead of A.J. Allmendinger up to 26th. Ryan Blaney has led all 10 green flag laps so far in Phoenix.
And now we just wait. Reddick passed for 9th. Logano just passed Cindric. How are we all doing tonight? Who do you think's gonna win? Also, competition caution on lap 25. Why? Why do we need a competition caution for today? I guess they'll do some cleaning of the track after the Xfinity race, and not sure how many teams got a long run in the 20-minute practices. Stage length is 60, 125, 127. Why? What the hell? That is one wacky measurement. Also, we're back.
Our on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Built for America. And by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. Ryan Blaney has led all 15 laps in his Ford Mustang. Here today is Ford Track Facts. A first and huge win for Alan Kulwicki in the inaugural Cup race here at Phoenix.
Yep,
in
the checker art. Wow.
The Polish victory lap was invented by Alan. Joey Logano won here in the spring of 2020, the most recent Ford victory.
I think today could be the
Cindric
race.
fell back
Blaney
more
obviously dominating
positions.
this race, but moreover, 5 of
Right
the
now we've got
10 actually
5th,
were
6th, and
on
7th all battling each other. That's Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, and Joey Logano. Christopher Bell has been fading back since the start of the
Mike,
race.
is the Polish victory lap a backwards lap?
Yeah, Alan wanted to do something that the
I
fans
can't
would
tell.
remember him
I
for,
can't tell
so it was well
if she's asking that for the fans or if she doesn't know herself, and that worries me.
a lap around the track the wrong way, so the driver's side was facing the grandstand and he could wave to and salute the fans and thank them.
That tradition stayed strong.
You bet. Jamie?
Christopher Bell, as we're riding on board here, has slipped back a few positions. They unloaded off the truck and he told me practice was not ideal, definitely not where they wanted to be, so he was surprised when he went out and qualified fourth. Right now, though, reporting that he's a little bit free. He's looking forward to this lap 25 pit stop.
Yeah, he's just dropped to 8th place. Jamie from 4th.
Here's Byron trying to make the move on Denny Hamlin. He's caught up to him. Also right behind the first lapped car of BJ McLeod.
As a pick, that did not happen.
No.
Denny Hamlin holds on to the spot.
24 car was fast in practice and good in qualifying.
Teammates at 10th place. Harvick, Almirola.
Almirola's been having a great year to start. He's had 3 top 10s.
Kevin Harvick is up 6 positions. Almirola has dropped 5 from the start. As a sandwich the two of Austin Cindric.
Honestly, I couldn't tell if he got loose underneath of him or not.
That was on the straightaway, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe frustration. I don't know. That's
Well,
a product of that. You know, this resin.
Bell's really fallen back. He's fallen back behind Reddick, and now he just got passed by Alex Bowman. Bell back to 9th.
You have to go back further than what the actual contact incident is because there could be more information.
Alex Bowman now looking back at Christopher Bell. Bowman up to 8th there. Remember, competition caution at lap 25.
Here we are, a couple laps away from it, and you know the question is have they started shifting out there?
That's right. Blaney said that he thought he would start shifting about 20 laps into a lap, into a run.
Does it change the handling of the car because they've got this caution coming where they can fix things?
Well, I think there's so many things.
15 of Garrett Smithley getting lapped.
Obviously, the pace first and foremost is slow down with this new gearbox. You know, the transaxle and the 5th gear option. You know, those gears are closer together with 5 of them than they were with 4. So being able to downshift is certainly something that's an option. And I really look for it to help us passing. You know, if that guy's momentuming around the outside in the resin, and you need to run the bottom, I got to get slowed down and make that bottom hook that yellow line. And I look for
Chase Elliott making his way up to 11th, drawing close to the 10th place Kevin Harvick.
Maybe downshift twice.
Something we've not seen this season in the first 25 laps. Lapping has begun. BJ McLeod and Garrett Smithley each going a lap down as we're 2 laps to the competition yellow. Now Cody Ware is going to fall to Ryan Blaney, who has led every lap so far.
We're at lap 25. Competition caution coming soon.
How hard this track is, and if your car isn't perfect, it's obvious you're going to get really tight or really loose, and there's no
back markers are still back markers.
Certainly exactly what I was talking about. So difficult to find that perfect balance on this racetrack, and oftentimes you just flat don't have it in your cars for that day.
Larson has made his way up to 20th for starting in the back of the field.
Certain organizations, maybe the manufacturer is better, beating everybody to the punch in that conversation, but so tricky to find.
And competition caution is out.
And there's the competition yellow at lap 25. Ryan Blaney has led every lap. Denny Hamlin 2nd, William Byron 3rd, right where they started. Chase Briscoe up 2 spots to 4th. Kyle Busch up 4 spots to 5th in the early.
Cindric fell back to 17th position after starting in
dropped include Christopher Bell
8th, 9th.
7 spots. Eric Almirola -8. And Austin Cindric -11.
So 6, excuse me.
Since the start of the race. So there are 25 laps in. What does this do to your strategy for stage one, which is only 60 laps?
Yeah, and we're going to go back racing, Mike, with just under 30 to go once we take the restart. I would say seeing about a second fall off, you're going to see everybody come to pit road, 4 fresh tires, top it off with fuel, but more than anything, getting some of those adjustments they need.
Thanks, Larry. Now, at home, you still have a chance to win $10,000 of Clint's cash. Play Fox Bet Super 6.
Alrighty.
Scan the QR code now.
I'm going to pit. It appears, okay, it appears Clint Boyer's Twitter account got hacked, so that's always wonderful. Yeah, that's always wonderful. Oh wait, we're not.
This is a long and looping pit road. The curve around turn number 1 of those pie-shaped segments gives some of these drivers trouble. Last year, 11 speeding penalties in this race, 6 speeding penalties in the fall race.
A lot of variables to this pit road.
Jamie?
Joey Logano in the 22 told me the most important thing here is to keep that car turning through the corners. And good news for him, it's turning well. He's just a little free in and off the corner, air pressure adjustment there. And the 48, Alex Bowman, little free off, but make an air pressure adjustment and 4 tires here. Megan.
Well, 24, William Byron, a good start to the race for that race team. Car just a little bit too tight for turn 3. And then the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, his race car will not turn the center at all. He needs an adjustment to help that out. Your leader, Ryan Blaney, in the 12 car, little tight in the center, both sides. Very descriptive for Ryan about his race car as you see they take 4.
Ooh, good pits up for Logano.
Still stalled, got it fired up there.
Oh, Kyle Busch stalling on pit road.
Busch fired up.
And that will be costly as Ryan Blaney leads everybody off pit road.
Kyle Busch will be stuck back in the 25th position. Probably actually might go get my dinner at probably around the second stage ending. Now I'm just trying to do my stuff on in promotion. The all important promoting.
caught speeding. So was Michael McDowell and Ricky Stenhouse. Let's hear from Blaney and Hamlin.
You and the 12 too fast.
Hamlin and Blaney speeding. The front two, well, two of the front four. It's the front two drivers coming into pit road. That's a great way to start the race. We're green. Logano now leading the field.
On that stop is your leader.
Man, I heard a bad thing right there. That's an assumption. Assumption's the mother of all mistakes. He put it on the bumper of the 12 and assumed that he was doing right. 12 was speeding, 11 followed suit. Always watch them lights on the dash.
Pretty smart, Clint.
No, I'm not.
Trying to hold off Chase Briscoe, William Byron, and Tyler Reddick.
That 5 car, down low.
5 cars. Hendrick all in the top 10. Here comes Elliott to 5th.
He ran low, below the yellow line.
Chase Briscoe leads now.
The first 10 laps of the race, so I'm sure he's going to be trying that again.
He's back at 11th as Byron trying to make something happen up front. Briscoe, the new leader.
See, those grandstands are packed. Well, in the center. Not so much in the left and right.
4th place, Chase Elliott outside of Tyler Reddick. And they get single file. Now all the way back through about 15th or so. Here's Byron again trying.
Tim Moore, thank you for subscribing.
Time for second. Nothing there.
Keep working that. You'll get it, man.
And it's so hard. I want to
Here,
go back
all right.
to the mistake of the 12 and the 11. Man, you adjust your car. You just told your crew chief the adjustments according to clean air, out front, how that car is handling. Now,
Briscoe's looking for that first win. They're coming back to Blaney and Hamlin, 24th and 28th respectively. Out of 34 cars on the lead lap.
Completely messed up.
Pretty hard to be perfect.
Oh, hard to be not frustrated too.
Blaney's making those passes. Hamlin not so much, as Blaney dives down right past both Petty GMS cars. The 2042 Ty Dillon and the 40. Not quite a few. The center is packed. It's just a little more dispersed on the right side. I don't say it's not empty.
Blaney is +8 from 30th to 22nd.
Here comes Elliott on the inside of Byron.
Started 31st.
The only 200 cars that haven't won this year.
Henrik Camaro teammates.
No, those two are hungry. Byron hasn't won. Byron's last win was 36 races ago.
You guys were mentioning earlier about
No,
shifting.
he's
Who would and who would not.
technically 37 races
Chase
ago.
Briscoe, one of those drivers that told me not only did he shift all day Saturday in practice, he planned to shift the entire race, every lap, and testing here in the off season. He shifted every lap testing as well, so very comfortable using those gears for him.
Takes me back to the Coliseum out there in the clash race. He shifted pretty much.
Just
every
don't
race.
break the transaxle.
Chase Elliott in the wall a little bit. Maybe it wasn't.
I think that was Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon, another green car.
That was Dillon. And that was with the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Looked like that was coming off of turn 2.
All right, what happened? Ooh. Yeah, he got loose, hit the wall. Oh, the 18 getting loose as well, and it caused the 2 and the 4 to disperse.
Kyle Busch. Kyle was trying to stay off of him, didn't mean to.
Reddick catching back up.
Had to get off of him. That's part of what we've seen with this new car. When these guys get loose, that thing goes in a hurry. And I think Austin Dillon knew that, had to really come up out of the gas to save his car, and was right in the lap of Kyle Busch.
I think they both looked like they were out of control because Kyle was close enough to actually hit him, and Austin was way off the track. So that's just a matter of pushing it and pushing each other to get by.
And Kyle is now 16th, while Dillon
12.
gets away in 12th.
Blaney's back in the top 20, back in 19th position.
Just ahead of Kevin Harvick there.
There's one guy that knows how to get around Phoenix. It's Kevin.
He's
Harvick.
won 9 times at the track.
As I've said before, he has a lot of finesse. He's really executes the corner really well, and he's won
Yeah, 9 races.
So let's talk about the streak on Harvick as you watch his telemetry, and let's get this out of the way. The record, all-time record in NASCAR for consecutive top 10s at one racetrack. Harvick is 1 race away from tying 2 of the all-time greats, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. Each had 18 straight top 10s at one racetrack. Harvick has 17 here. He was asked yesterday, what will that mean to you to tie that?
Now, I'm going to check which track that was. For Petty, I'm assuming it's North Wilkesboro or Martinsville. And for Dale Earnhardt, I would assume Talladega.
Sees that stat. It's going to mean something. Today, maybe not so much.
Where do they find these stats, though?
Chase Briscoe leading over Joey Logano. We'll go side by side.
PTI, I need the PDF, COB, AKA EOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI.
LMK.
HBD Gordon. HBDY.
Right, so right now, I'm checking. I want to see what tracks there were. Like I said, I'm assuming Talladega for Dale Earnhardt and Martinsville or North. Old school superstition, green cars, bad luck. I think I've heard that before. But I mean, UniFirst hasn't won a race with Chase Elliott. And then Austin Dillon's hitting the wall. Yeah, I could see that, but maybe Daytona as well, but I'll check Talladega first, because Dale Sr. had 10 wins at that track. What's going on? I want to see which current drivers have besides Harvick. Like, I know Harvick has won here 9 times. Kurt Busch won. Okay, let's see. Oh, the website I will be using is down. Oh, we got a tire on. Oh God, a tire just rolled across the track, right off the 7, I think, of the LaJoie, because he's on pit road. My God, how does that happen? The tire, and completely intact, just rolls off. How the fuck he pulled a Kurt Busch? Like that tire is gone. Oh my! I mean that. Well, I'm assuming that's going to be a 4-race penalty. For the crew chief for the number 7, because when does a fucking tire just roll off? Only in the era of the next gen. What the? You picked find time to leave me.
Right side of your screen, hard impact with the wall on corner exit.
Oh, we smacked the wall.
Fractures the wheel, the tire takes off. And I believe that was Cody Ware that center punched what was left of that wheel. Here's a different look.
Yeah, it almost looks square, but it's the center part of the wheel. The hub's still on. You can see right there, brake, rotor, and everything else is on the right front.
All right.
Angle and the impact, just take it off the wheel.
See, way back in the back, hits the wall. Oh, and the wheel's on its side.
Yeah,
that's
another
what it is.
Oh yeah, man! Oh my God! Yeah, Cody Ware just plowed into that thing.
Actually sliding down. You know, it wasn't rolling, so that's why it looked square. It's not what you want to hit. You can see the damage on the front. Cody Ware right there.
Not much damage considering how hard that hit was, and there's the luck nut.
Yep.
The center lock nut, and I'm not sure if that was a factor.
I'm pretty sure, though.
Well,
Maybe not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Aaron Smithley will get the free pass as LaJoie has taken his car to the garage.
Time for some cars will pit, some cars will not.
Couple of takers toward the back. So, Clint, you're saying because that single center lock wheel nut was sitting by itself, it was not damaged in the crash, it just fell off.
It tells me that it came off, and you know what follows it? You know what that holds on? The wheel. So if that's laying on the ground, the wheel's following it.
Bell and Blaney, Kurt, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Harrison Burton.
Had that speeding penalty early. This offered them the opportunity to do something different right here. Try and get that track position back as fast as that race car is. They said, let's go ahead and pit now.
He had climbed to 16 in that roughly 20 lap, less than 20 lap run since the competition.
Kind of flashback.
Kyle Busch came in with him. Now there's Cody Ware. They've inspected damage on the front of his car, sent him back out.
While they were doing the pits, I was looking at the stats. So, among active drivers, Kurt Busch has 1 win, Martin Truex Jr. has 1 win, Chase Elliott has 1 win, Kyle Larson has 1 win, Joey Logano has 2 wins, Denny Hamlin has 2 wins, Kyle Busch has 3 wins, and Kevin Harvick has 9 wins. Quick look at the top 10. 14, 24. Oh, 20. I didn't notice the 24 past the 22. 9, 8, 48, 25. Okay, and then 34 cars in the lead lap. Like Zoinks, crew chief, I think my tire came off. Zoinks. God. Like this guy on Twitter just going, Zoinks, Scoob, you lost a tire. God, okay, I can't look at that. I'm gonna start laughing like nuts. Oh, we're back.
Run 10 or more laps and the caution comes out, you need 4 fresh tires. But don't be greedy early and use all your sticker tires up. Remember what happened at Las Vegas last week? They only have 9 total set to run this entire race, Mike. That's your Liberty Mutual race strategy.
Thanks, Larry. Chase Briscoe. William Byron will be on the front row for the restart ahead of Logano and Elliott. Now, Denny Hamlin is in 19th. He said, maybe we should have come there. Hamlin reports his car is very tight in traffic, and that's where he is as we go back to green.
Here we go. Ooh, Hendrick cars diving low. A train gets Byron to the lead, and Elliott to second. They're almost 4. Yeah, they're 4 wide going to turn 1. The 24 to the lead at Phoenix. It's been 11 years since that team won at this track. My God, holy shit. Almost wrecking right there. That give or take. Holy shit, they're still 4 wide.
It's tough to execute too, you know, not knowing how much room you have.
Phoenix restarts rock.
Chastain took 2 tires on that stop in the 1. Second place battle on the left. William Byron's your leader. Chase Briscoe, who led 20 laps at California. Most he's ever led in a race. He led 18 here so far.
or 6 laps to the end of the stage.
Get way up there in 1 and 2. What I noticed with William Byron, the leader, is that he looked like he was taking that fast qualifying line in 1 and 2. He gets down to the bottom, lets it drift up, have its head, get on the throttle, have lots of room for exit, pull away.
7th, Christopher Bell looking back, and here comes Larson.
Larson.
Who does not go to the apron this time, side by
He's
side with
talking
Joey
about,
Logano.
yeah, with Logano.
The red and white car.
Damn, he cleared Logano.
Who gets a better jump off turn 2. Now just in front of this group, the hometown hero, Tucson's Alex Bowman. Jamie?
Well, I talked to Alex about how much they've struggled here, and he said, I've had to take a brand new approach this time. I've been watching onboards of my teammates. They are all so good here, much better than me. I'm adapting to their driving style. It's the anti-me, and it was a struggle for him yesterday, but it's paying off right now. So Danica and Clint, have you guys ever tried to adjust or adapt to a teammate's style, and how uncomfortable is that?
You can never be your teammate is the problem. A lot of times, especially in IndyCar, you'd even have drivers swapping cars. Like, you know, Tony Kanon's jumping in my car at Indianapolis to go, okay, let me show you how fast he can go. But the thing is that you can never be that other driver. So you can use it for inspiration and to re-baseline, but you still have to make the car your own.
Yeah, but along those lines, I think fast cars go fast. And with these organizations, and they're willing to work together, especially when you're looking at a camp like Hendrick Motorsports, where all of them have won races, that tells me your setups are probably pretty close to the same. So if you're going to keep it down that road, you better learn how to drive like this.
Exactly.
Chase Briscoe in second.
Getting dogged by that number 9. The 24 all in front. Byron's going to take the white flag for stage 1. The really short stage 1.
Blaney again is a rocket ship. He restarted 24th. He's up to 13th. Not going to get any stage points, but it's going to be well positioned for stage 2 here.
Well,
A 60-lap stage.
Judge those two cars that had to go to the back. Blaney being able to charge up through there like you said, and Hamlin, I've been watching him. He can't go anywhere. Stuck back there 3 wide in a dogfight.
He's been stuck. Byron wins the stage. Briscoe, Elliott, Reddick, Bowman.
Stage 1. William Byron gets his 9th career stage win, his first of the season, and his first at Phoenix.
Now, they didn't give me the rest of the top 10, which is annoying. So looking at the rest of the top 10, Bell, Larson, Harvick, Logano, Austin Dillon. And now we wait, because now it's a stage break. Dining hall doesn't open yet, so I'll still be here. Danica is on again. Fucking Danica. Yeah. Just checking some emails. All right, we're back.
McDowell, and that stadium is where the next Super Bowl will be played and be seen right here on Fox.
You bet your bottom dollar I'll be here watching my Chiefs play. I'm ready for it.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd be there calling the game.
I just called what I'm going to see.
The field comes down pit road.
Christopher Bell making his way down pit road, has 2 new over-the-wall members. This will be their second pit stop together. First one was great. Timing was on point. A 4-tire stop here. They're going to tighten him up a bit. Just a little too free in the 48 of Alex Bowman. He was good with those last adjustments. Air pressure really helped the drive on that 48. Regan.
14 to Chase Briscoe. Just needs the back of that race car on the track a little bit too much or more. That means it's too loose. He can't get the grip he wants. The 9 car of Chase Elliott, he's having to be very cautious with the right front of that. He can drive through the right front and not turn the car. And the 24 William Byron just a little bit tight initially.
24 loses the race off pit road.
There's the Ram race off pit road.
9, 14, 8, 24, 4, 5, 48, 22, 3, 19. Why does the 24 pit crew suck so hard? They almost always lose positions. It's maddening.
Oh, the jack is down, but the wheel wasn't on. Not tight.
Yeah, that's up.
Where to catch that then?
Style up to 24, stage 1 winner. Hey, Willie B, it's Boyer up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Stage 1 winner. How about you, man? You were my pick, the fastest car. I thought you were in Saturday's practice. I like your long run speed. Tell me what you have for a race car.
Yeah, I think so far so good. It's kind of working on short run, long run balance. Kind of feel like the short run, we're working on that, trying to improve that a little bit. But a stage win was a good sign, so go after more hopefully here soon.
Now, I hear you, buddy. Good luck, man.
Thanks, bud.
William Byron has led 13 laps so far and is our stage 1 winner for Hendrick Motorsports.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure
Now we
drug
wait
prescribed
again.
by cardiologists.
Probably go back to green for the 125 lap stage 2. No, we wait. It was a long ass time for commercials, especially because I thought they were actually doing the choose rule when I saw them get off pit road. Oh, we're back.
The driver on the drive shaft dome. You see it in first. Now all he does is just keep clicking it back. Second, third, fourth, fifth. You see the rod that goes through the firewall, and there's a little joint right there, and it hooks on top of the gearbox. Now downshifted, you just go back forward with it. You just keep clicking it forward. That's one reason it's a little easier to shift with a sequential shifter.
Thanks, Larry.
That was always something really tough with shifting in this H pattern that I noticed, is going from sequential to then paddle in an IndyCar, is that you'd be going on a right-hand corner and you'd be shifting to...
This is not IndyCar!
BJ McLeod got the free pass, so we are...
35 cars on the lead lap. Every car that is still on track.
Stage break, so they're up front. Blaney, Kyle Busch, Custer, and Burton will lead them to the Geico restart zone, which is right in the middle of turn 4.
He's back to the point, but he's on old tires. See how he does on them.
Here we go. Cars fanning out on the restart. 4 wide to the dog leg. Here comes Briscoe. Almost 3 wide.
Byron and Larson lowest on the track.
What a...
You know, as the race keeps going and you get more changes and you get the car a little closer, you get a little braver, you know the track, you're comfortable, and then all of a sudden it's 2 wide, it's 3 wide, it's 4 wide, and you know, you get exciting starts like we just had.
Tyler Reddick to the bottom as Blaney holds on. Along with Kyle Busch, they maintain first and second on those older tires. But here they come for second place.
It's so important right there in the first lap, if you're Ryan Blaney, to fend those guys off. You have to come off of turn 2 still in that lead. If not, you're just like you said, stuck in a 3 wide, a 4 wide pack. You get mired back to 10th, 12th. Now you're on a
Harrison Burton to 5th to 10th.
Him holding on to that lead goes a long ways to keeping this car up front.
You know, I wasn't for noticing. The 22 took 2 tires early and it looked like it worked. And so, you know, the message up and down pit lane might be that it's not so critical to have 4 tires.
Yeah, Logano's in 12th.
That would depend if you're expecting a short run or a long run here to start stage 2.
Well, but I think if you're Blaney, right, you didn't really have those cards to play. You play the cards that you're dealt, and they didn't deal themselves very good by speeding on pit road. They're digging out of that.
Reddick definitely been trying. Also, while they've been talking, Reddick's been trying to pass William Byron for the past lap and a half. He's been side by side down the backstretch and going through the past the start-finish line. It's been a good battle. Mention it, you stupid fucks! Here's Truex and Cindric battling for our position. Okay, 13th. Talk about Burton. Oh, never mind. Now he's not in the top 10 anymore.
Now, during that last pit stop, we showed you the issue with Christopher Bell. Here's Jamie with an update.
Well, Mike, I mentioned that they made a couple of changes since last weekend. And the front changer, Dwayne Ogles, and the jackman, David Odell, they had a hiccup on that stop on the right side. Dwayne had forgotten to reverse the gun. It's different this year. But keep in mind, these are veteran guys. They've been on other cup teams. They just shuffled up the pit crew members. You see the trouble right there. Jackman had to go up twice on the right side, and that shuffled Bell back to restart 20.
Right now, yeah, he's battling with Chastain.
And you can see as soon as he pulled that trigger, he knew it. He reached up and hit it, and go back the other way, reverse it. Man, quick mistake, little mistake, but it's such a costly mistake.
Fifth place heating up here. Tyler Reddick just
Took the 5th position.
Kevin
No, he didn't. Yeah, it's a battle for 5th right now between Byron, Reddick, and Harvick now.
Is probably complicated by the way the center lock wheel nut is.
Talk about this damn battle! Byron, Reddick, Harvick. Now those are coming in on Briscoe. Talk about the damn battle for 5th!
You know, I gotta say, I'm watching Kevin Harvick here. I was watching his lap times, and he was looking.
Bro, you've got a great battle. Talk about it.
And I'm watching him. He's on Reddick and
God.
Now, battling it
His
out
commentary
as
is
he goes,
terrible.
But he's right on him. Obviously, air is no big deal. And I think his car is handling good. I don't know.
They're really coming on Briscoe, who's in 4th.
Jamie?
And Danica, you're on it. I talked to Kevin just before he got in the car today, and he said this has been the most straightforward race for them. Just normal. The car is good. He's been able to push it, trying to get in that comfort zone that he has around Phoenix. Now remember, on that first stop, he stalled and exiting the box. He just came on the radio. He said, "Sorry guys, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have got us back in the mess." But now he's making up for it as he's about.
Here comes Elliott on Kyle Busch for 2nd. Talk about the damn battles. I don't want to hear about tires or whatever. I want to hear about the racing.
And remember, Chase Elliott has 15 lap newer tires than that Toyota does.
He holy gets loose in front of Kyle Busch, but gets the position.
He didn't obviously learn a little bit of lesson with the 3 car getting loose in front of him, kind of in his lap. That 9 did the same thing.
Byron to 4th. Almost. Briscoe gets back on the outside, coming down the backstretch.
Keeps moving forward. Now he and William Byron side by side again. Will Harvick shoot the middle? No, closes up on him.
I got a feeling Kevin's going to get a little frustrated. He's one of those guys that can be fair to some extent, but if you're in the way too long, he'll move you.
And that's exactly what happens here. I mean, basically, essentially, you got a 2-group racetrack right now, and you can see those 2 groups. Willie B down in the 24 on the bottom. His teammate Chase Briscoe in the 14 on the top. Where do you go? You go through the middle. It's kind of no man's land. The track's slick, dirty, not a lot of grip. But
Actually, they're catching up to 3rd and 2nd. First place, Ryan Blaney has Ryan Blaney has gone away. He's about 2.5 seconds ahead of the field.
There you see Kevin finally getting the low line. A different line for him in 1 and 2. I wonder if that will work out in the end.
Blaney's been dominant with that car. Unless something bad happens to him.
Byron and Chase Briscoe.
Looking to get back.
Still waiting. Now we're on our commercial. Probably we're nearing the 100 lap mark of the race. Oh, shite. We're back.
He restarted 10th.
Byron at third. Damn, Kyle Busch lost 100 positions. Right, he had old tires.
The other two drivers that gambled and not stopping at the end of stage 1. Cole Custer back in 11th. Harrison Burton back in 20th.
I'm telling you, Kevin Harvick's coming. He got by Reddick. He got by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch looks like he's starting to struggle. I wonder what he's saying on the radio. And he's right on William Byron.
It's great point. Fastest man on the planet. Laying some laps down. Gained 6 spots since the restart. This is the Kevin Harvick that we hoped and probably thought we were going to see at Phoenix.
There's telemetry out here. Well, Clint, it sounds like they're out of the throttle for a long time here.
Definitely out of the throttle, but you hear him shifting too. What I was really looking forward to seeing is his brake pressure right there. You see just a little bit of brake and then basically off of it. That tells me he's got his balance of his race car very neutral. Roll in that middle of that corner, get off that brake as fast as possible.
Ryan Blaney's lead has dropped about a quarter of a second.
Okay.
In the last lap or two, Regan.
Yeah, Mike, and a few laps ago, Ryan was way out front, came on the radio, said he's got a little bit of a vibration in the steering. Not too sure where it's coming from yet. Something to keep an eye on with that 12 car, though.
And there's Chase Elliott trying to closing in, and he was in another quarter of a second just now.
Years ago, and I said, oh, there's a little bit of a vibration in the car. And they got in and they felt that for themselves and thought, oh man, now if a driver says they've got a vibration, I know what that means. I thought it was gonna, like, we were gonna lose wheels. That's one of those things that the crew, basically, crew chief's just telling you, let me know if it gets worse. Another thing that sounds so fun as a driver. You're like, okay.
You can see that resin getting pushed up more and more and more. The other thing I see right there as far as running the resin off of turn 2 a lot more than William Byron is. Now he's going down the bottom of the racetrack. You'll hear a downshift. I think he got loose actually getting into the corner there and slid out from underneath of him. You can see he lost some speed. He wasn't able to get back on the gas as quick as he wanted to. But see the difference how he rides the higher line longer around the corner?
The car's really got to be turning to be able to
Harvick.
do
This is
that.
the battle for third. Harvick and Byron.
And not only turning on the throttle, which is so hard to get a car to do.
Smoke somewhere?
Somebody that was riding Childers telling Kevin that the 24's got smoke in his cockpit in front of him. What's that smoke from? Is that electrical smoke? Is it tire smoke? I would be concerned if it was the tire smoke.
I'm gonna look at that and see if I find anything on Twitter.
How quick that downshift was, guys. That's something that's innate, right? You get in there, it helps slow the car down, but if your timing's not right and you're not careful on that downshift, it can break those rear tires loose.
Elliott's getting back another half the second. Another half of a second. Passing by the lapped car, Byron and Harvick. The lapped car of Garrett Smithley. Fuck! Don't do this to me. I hate when sometimes my iPad will just shut off during these. There we go.
They've got that high line in 1 and 2. It's such a wider line. They probably care more.
Kyle Larson reeling in Kyle Busch.
Larson 6th and 7th. The lead is closing up. Ryan Blaney's lead over Chase Elliott is now down to 1.3 seconds, and that's half what it was 10 laps ago.
So probably another 10 laps. Elliott will be right there.
Blaney was last in the pits for tires at lap 49. Elliott 15 laps.
Don't cut away now.
Closing in on 100 laps complete.
God. Fox. Damn it. Damn. Of course, the game I'm playing, I'm trying to run into an enemy from the back. Because the game has a Pokedex of such. There we go. Alright. I've never been a Harvick fan, but I was going to go to Phoenix. Yeah, 9 wins. Stretching back to 2005. I mean, 2006. Yeah, it's his best track by far. It was Ross already who got his first truck series victory in 2002. And we're back. Harvick still dogging down Byron.
Mortgage 500 at Phoenix. Ryan Blaney on 15-lap older tires than Chase Elliott has maintained a 1-second lead.
And that's got every crew chief on pit road looking over their shoulder, hey, raising an eyebrow to this and what they've been able to accomplish with that decision. Can we do that and get by with it towards the end of this race and push comes to shove and
Fuck you!
He is getting to the tippy top of the field, though, and that does make it harder. I mean, they're all running, you know, they've slowed down about a second, but they're all running very similar times up there. Top 4 cars, mid-28s.
Now, but for Kyle Busch in 7th, the Gibbs Toyotas are all together. They're back in 14th, 15th, and 16th. Martin Truex, last year's winner here, back in 14th spot. Here is Larry with today's Subway right combination.
Yeah, Matt, let's talk about Martin Truex Jr. in shorter tracks. 6 of his last 7 wins came on tracks 1 mile in length or smaller. Last year, won the spring race, finished 2nd in November. He has led over 4,500 laps at tracks 1 mile and under in his Cup Series career. Now, mind you, just inside the top 15, almost reminds me of last year. James Small, major adjustments to that 19-car mid-race. Next thing you know, he went to victory lane, possibly the Subway right combination for today.
You know, that 19 has a real knack for turning it around. I feel like there's a lot of races where he might be a little bit off, and then all of a sudden you see him emerge at some point late in the race, and they tend to figure it out.
Alex Bowman having a top 10 run here against Joey Logano. And here's Ryan Blaney trying to become the 10th driver in a row under age 30 to go to victory lane.
Now this is where
wow.
I see Ryan, he'll have trouble with these older tires. At that deficit that he's in, if you're in
deficit's still going down though, about halfway through stage 1, 2.
In dirty air, catching these lap cars, I think you'll see the 9-car Chase Elliott start to eat him up.
Well, Mike, you see that 9-car Chase Elliott. They were very loose with that race car yesterday. Just always one change behind, but Alan Gustafson told me earlier he felt like they got caught up on those changes and this car would be very good. Something else he pointed out as this race plays on, he said, if the compound on the top of the racetrack wears out, that will be an advantage to of them in that 9-car chase. Loves running the bottom here. Keep an eye on them as this plays out.
He's within 0.6 of a second of the lead. Here's Joey Logano. Let's show you what happened 2 laps ago. What else starts with L besides Logano? How about
Larson?
Loose.
Or loose.
Well,
Ooh, yeah. And that's how Bowman got past him, as well as Chastain looks like on the outside.
Afterwards, and he said, you know, it's good until it's not. And, you know, you see that moment there, the same thing happened. It looks like they might still be fighting some loose.
But what I see with these drivers when they get loose, they don't trust this car anymore. You know, they're learning this car. In California, in Vegas...
Elliott just lost a ton of time. Looks like the deficit just went... It just doubled. Elliott losing spots as he's stuck behind a lapped car.
And Logano, they're completely bailing out of the gas and making sure they keep that thing underneath of them because they don't trust this car.
They just don't have the same side forces that they used to with this car. That when it gets steps out, there's nothing to save them anymore.
Speaking of stepping out, Harrison Burton stepped out exiting turn 2. He got into the wall, and the leader is closing on Burton in the 21.
Man. I like Burton, so that's a shame.
Oh, he got loose in. Car got out from underneath him.
And the rookie will drop a lap to our leader here.
Shooting to 12. He's still got 5 to 9.
Looking for Bubba Wallace over at race leader Ryan Blaney, who has now been out front for 77 laps of the 114 we've run so far.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. 'Cause I'm paying so much for home internet and that's just wrong.
Jeez. All right, we're back.
Today, Kyle Larson currently running 6th, and Alex Bowman currently running 9th. And we're under caution for Christopher Bell, who is coming off turn number 4, spun down the back straightaway.
Yep, blew a tire too, or flat tire. Good save.
Now the problem is he's got to go a whole lap before he can enter pit road. And Bell makes it to the pit lane. Brad Keselowski will get the free pass.
Dang, Keselowski lapped down.
Pretty good car control, catching that thing. Knowing when to gas it up, when to hit the brake.
And a good job of not doing further damage. Not doing much further damage, getting that car back around with that flailing tire. It is the fourth caution of the day and only the second one for cause. Corey LaJoie lost the wheel at lap 47, hit the outside wall. Pit road's open. Jamie.
I think the car's a lap down to stay out.
Fastest laps we have seen today. Said he just needs a little rear grip on entries, a little bit loose. Air pressure taken out of the right rear was the call. A 4-tire stop for Harvick. Regan.
Well, Chase Elliott in the 9 car feels like he's hurting the right rear of that car just a little bit too much. Too bouncy with that tire. Feels like there's way too much air pressure. Wants an adjustment to help that out. The 24 of William Byron does not like the adjustments they've been doing. That race car will not turn on the front. They want to go back on the last changes. And the 12 of Brian Blaney came on the radio and said, my tires feel like they were pretty hurt. Tight is the main issue with that race car.
Elliott wins the race off pit road.
Gains the 1 spot with 4 fresh tires. Caution flag number 4 for Christopher Bell in the 20.
There's your new top 10. Now we wait again. Woohoo! Alright, how are we all doing today, by the way? Hope you're all doing just fine and dandy and ponies and all that wonderful stuff. Got it. It's a nice, it's an Ally commercial.
Whenever you crack open a bush light, the mountains start singing.
It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you.
What is going on?
Hit it, Giant Kenny G.
So smooth.
And
at USAA, we've been called 2 exclusives because we were created for officer.
We're back.
Is in 19th place. Everybody on the lead lap, with the exception of 27th on back. Burton, Wallace, McDowell, Stenhouse, Castle, Ware, and Bell 1 lap down. McLeod and Smithley 2 laps back. Brad Keselowski got the free pass on that caution. A lot of families in the grandstand. Good to see here at Phoenix. We reviewed additional footage and saw that Christopher Bell did not spin from contact, went around by himself.
Yeah, just getting too much out of the car. I think that takes it back to that dirt truck mentality, man. I can hold on to this thing. I can keep it out. And you're seeing just like
pace car has come down pit road.
Big time, kept the car underneath of him.
Well, Ryan Blaney did a great job in that stint on worn tires, up 12 spots from where he'd been at the time of that caution. Kyle Busch up 9, and Cole Custer up 10 spots. With that gamble, we may see more of that as the day goes on.
Oh, we will.
Here we go. Restarting again, halfway through stage 2. Let's go. They fan out really wide behind the leader. Actually, they're coming really good advances. It's Elliott and Blaney side by side.
You can't let the leader, you can't beat the leader to the line, and he was right there. I think that's why you're seeing him just door to door with them.
And Ross the Boss Chastain, number 1.
Ross the Boss.
He gains a couple of spots there by going down to the apron. He's led a lot of laps this year. Still looking to lead his first today.
Elliott takes the lead. Chastain battling for the 6th position with Tyler Reddick.
You see Hook, that yellow line right there, but you also see the 8 of Tyler Reddick not all the way up, kind of down on his door right there. Very, very vulnerable. Hard to get into the corner. The car's wanting to be loose on this low air, getting into the turn 3 anyway, and then that 8 being down on your door makes it that much worse.
3 wide.
3 wide for 10th place.
Bowman, Logano. Well, wait, no, it's Kyle Busch. I keep forgetting because DeWalt.
And we're side by side with Harvick.
I keep thinking about. I keep associating it with the 20, but no, it's for this race it's the 18.
That outside faster than William Byron did in the 24, kind of snookered him, if you will.
He ran high in 1 and 2 and got a good enough run off of 2 that he just got to William Byron's right rear. And that's all you got to do. Make sure that he can't get clear of you and get in front of you, and you see, you got by him.
Kyle Larson in the picture, then Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, and here's 8th place. Chase Briscoe outside Austin Dillon.
Still battle for the lead, Elliott and Blaney.
I like this battle. I think we've established, Ryan Blaney has to be the best car here. One of the, in fact, right? He was old tires, 15-lap tires, and was able to hold the deal. He was on the point. Can he make his line on the bottom work and get around the 9 in that preferred line? Very hard to do. Or does he have to try to wait for a lap car or something like that and use him as a pick?
I agree, Clint. I think that, he's really fast. I think Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick right now look like the strongest cars, and Kevin Harvick is his next target is Ryan Blaney.
Well, nobody told Chase Elliott that because he has the lead.
Pulling away a little bit. Looking at Denny Hamlin, 14th.
That speeding penalty. Regan has been a long road back to the front for Hamlin.
Well, Mike Van Zart, it has been a long road, battling a very tight race car since he got back in traffic, but not to pile it on this last pit stop, though. They had an issue getting that car full of fuel. Malfunction with the fueling system of it, getting the fuel into it. They're going to be very close if they can make it to the end of this stage if it goes green.
Wow.
Wow. Indeed.
This is a good battle. You saw Blaney get loose right there as the wake crossed in front of him to chase Elliott.
Ooh, the bumper to the back of the 9. Here comes the 12.
Trying to take his
and down the back stretch they go.
That's what you want to do.
That 12 is a fender ahead, going through 3 and 4.
You're licking your chops.
He's gonna clear the 12 of Ryan Blaney back to the lead.
When you're out front, you're looking in your mirror the whole time. You're not looking where you're going. You're looking at the car behind you, and that's what what you want to do. If you want to get by a car, you want to make them nervous, you want to make them...
Reddick coming up to the back of the 5 of Larson for fifth.
For fifth place, Larson tried the inside without good effect. Now he goes to the outside to try to get around Tyler Reddick, who has also led a ton of laps this season.
90.
I used to pull this move in IndyCar every now and again at short tracks where I'd come out of the corner.
What short tracks?
I'd get a little bit of a run, but I'd
at Indy.
out.
You don't race on no damn short tracks.
Real quick, and it looked like I got a better run on them than I really
Girl, you
did.
crazy.
Yeah,
And they gave me a lane.
Those space shuttles over there, I don't know, that doesn't work over here in this good race, this Rio racing of NASCAR. How about that?
Please stop talking about IndyCar. This is fucking NASCAR.
I'm teasing.
Race fans of race fan.
Always wanted to drive one of them.
I just wasn't quite fast enough to be able to pull that move.
No shit! You suck because you suck. God, I hate Danica in the booth.
Him and Ryan Blaney are definitely the fastest cars on the sheet right now. Elliott trying to hold pace. Got him in the mirror now. All right, spotter, where's he running? How can I do this? I got to try to find my groove. All the while, keep him behind me. I need to hold on to this clean air as much as possible.
Now here's what I wouldn't have expected. Harvick right now is running third. That is his best running position of this season so far. There's your Xfinity fastest lap last time by. Ryan Blaney under 28 seconds. Kevin Harvick second quickest.
You knew he was bound to show that, right? I mean, he had the speed on old tires, and he was holding pace for those guys, fending them off. Now he's got fresh tires, evenly matched with the competition. He's going to be hard to handle.
Logano and Dillon, the battle for 9th.
Ninth place. Austin Dillon.
Coming up on Briscoe as well, who's in 8th place.
Joey Logano.
The other thing that you have to watch and pay attention to is you can see, all right, you heard me talk about it, that preferred line on the outside. That stuff's wearing out. With every lap and everybody running up there, the more and more as we get through this race, it's going to start wearing out. As you heard that crew chief of the 9 and Alan Gustafson talk about, it's so interesting to hear those guys really plan that far ahead and strategize. Man, do I want to tighten this thing up? Because I believe by the end of the race, possibly, potentially, we'll be on the bottom and maybe need a little freer balance on a race car.
I think that's what you're seeing. You see cars swapping positions. I'm watching Chase Elliott and Kevin Harvick, and at first it was Kevin up high and Chase down low, and then it was swapped, and then it was Chase up high and Kevin down low, and it looks like the playing field is evening out there, and there's not necessarily as much a preferred line, and so, like you said, Clint, this is something to plan ahead for.
140 laps complete. Ryan Blaney, the race leader. And our entire Fox family saddened by the loss of Jack Simmons last night. The heartbeat of Fox Sports since the network began its sports coverage in 1994. He was part of 13 Daytona 500s and numerous other major sporting events. Strong ties to the military, lasting support of the troops. Jack Simmons, deeply missed today.
That's sad.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
It's still the Eat Fresh Refresh, and Subway is refreshing their app. So you can customize your favorite footlong, set a pickup time, and jump the line. Oh, here she goes. I thought she was actually gonna jump. Subway keeps refreshing and refresh.
100 almost halfway through with the race. Why did they make the second stage so long? Seriously, it's really, really, really long. My mother is watching the race. I can't believe my mother has started watching NASCAR. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I just can't believe it. $39 to go in stage 2. Focusing on Ryan Blaney. Alright, anyway, I forgot to.
Coming into this weekend, he said,
my parents had no interest or time for racing at all. Yeah.
Cultural change to adjust and adapt to this new race car. But because of the fact they got to test here just in January, they learned so much. It gave him comfort that when he was able to unload yesterday, he felt comfortable. And as you see there, he's back to happy Harvick, and so is the car.
In his happy place. 17 top 10s at Phoenix for Harvick. Now, Harvick has led laps under caution this season, but right now, third place is his best running position under green since the season began.
And for that team, I know them. Heck, he was my teammate for the better part of my career. I know Rodney and everything. I know that they were looking forward to this race. You know, if you need to get your season you started back off on the right foot, looking for a change in pace, they were all chomping at the bit to get here and unload and get this race underway at Phoenix.
Larson in 5th.
Check with Regan.
Like a couple of laps ago, the 2014 got on the radio.
Barton 4th.
William Byron, that some other teams were shifting sooner than him, getting into turn 3 and found some speed doing that. I know we've got Jamie McMurray in the Fox studio right now looking at that same data the teams are looking at. Jamie, can you see that when it's that precise to 1 car length difference?
Well, Regan, it is. You know, there's a lot going on. Obviously, the shifting, the braking that we're seeing all these guys do. William Byron, though, has done an amazing job all race long.
Thanks, Jamie. Byron in 4th, 3.6 seconds off the lead. His Hendrick teammates are all in the top 10, but for Alex Bowman, who is 13th.
That's right. Right behind Truex and Kyle Busch.
Only one car in the garage as we close in on halfway. That is Corey LaJoie, who lost a wheel back at lap 47 and hit the wall.
You saw those drastically different lines, and I talked about it earlier with Cole Custer in front of Kurt Busch right here, especially off of 2. You know, Cole Custer diming the corner and really got that shot off the corner, keeping both tires. You know, I always talk about that left rear. I need that left rear to stay down and dig. And a lot of times, oftentimes, when I ran the outside and didn't dime in the corner and let the car roll over, got that left rear light, and I would get loose on the throttle and couldn't keep get lap time. So I had to do what Cole Custer does, while Kevin Harvick always had good speed with what Kurt Busch is doing right now.
So I know at home you're trying to win Clint's cash. Let's take a look at one of those questions. Which of these 6 winless drivers at Phoenix will have the best finish?
I hope you picked Ryan Blaney. He's looking good so far.
Yeah, well, Elliott's margin just went down a bit. Back to Blaney.
You know, Keselowski is certainly having trouble here today, but that's what I love about those questions. You know, trying to pick those ahead of time and interacting with fans, and it shows you just how good our fans are and how much they pay attention to our sport and who can capitalize and get all my money again.
Well, there is Brad about to go 1 lap down to Ryan Blaney again. Keselowski had gotten the free pass at lap 119, and here we are 38 laps later, and he's going to drop 1 lap.
You know, someone I've been watching is Eric Almirola. I know he's only running 14th right now, but his lap times have been looking steady. He's like really close to the car in front. He looks like he's anxious to get by people, and it's just not that easy, as we've talked about. It's not easy to pass at Phoenix. I'm wondering with the track changing and being able to use more lines, maybe that'll open up. But Eric looks all right. He's a sleeper to move up.
He's a contender, top 10 in all 3 races this year. Nobody else can say that.
You know, the other thing that we seldom talk about up here, that's such a real thing, especially in between the organizations, is teamwork, right? Strategy with their changes. Are you on a different air pressure than us? Maybe they were. Maybe I'd migrate towards them. All of those things are equating every pit stop and that opportunity to make these changes. And what I'm saying by that is in the top 5, I'm starting to see the old Hendrick boys. There's 3 in the top 5. They're starting to take charge, starting to work together. We got to keep an eye on that.
Ryan Blaney building back up to a 1-second lead over Chase Elliott as we take you, Fox, side by side.
I found the Tundra. We have to take down the security.
All right, the fuse box is right through the store.
Which one is it?
Securing the package now. Seriously?
Guys, abort mission.
Get your helmets. You guys are gonna love this thing.
Toyota Tundra. New Toyota Tundra.
They say big things come in small packages.
Don't Richmond commercial. Fuck Richmond. It's a horror. I don't like that track at all. It's the action has been horrible. Maybe I'll change it with the next gen car. Who knows? Just submitted about time they do side by side. Yeah. Right now, not much changing anywhere. All right, we're back.
And Blaney and his Team Penske Mustang out in front of Chase Elliott by 0.9 of a second. This is the 13th race in which Blaney has led over 64 laps, but in the prior 12 occasions did not make it to victory lane. Ross Chastain currently in 7th place. Here's Ross talking about brakes.
We got a good amount of brake shake in the one. I can't tell if that's making me loose, if I'm just getting looser on entry. Back feels light, but the wheel's visibly shaking in my hand.
A brake shake.
So, all right, hard to diagnose here. Always, you know, the heat, like brakes want to be at a certain optimum temperature, right, to work well and get the most out of them. Here, you want to get these things hot, obviously, under all the braking.
Todd Gilliland actually in the up to 20th, not
but
bad.
Cool off. You can't get them too cold. If you out there and you find a groove like we were talking about with Kevin Harvick, where he wasn't using as much brake as the others, if they get too cool, those things will vibrate and shake violently. And I always felt that more coming to pit road. When they cool off, boy, they sure shook hard.
Yeah, Clint, and you think about it, they're kind of spread out right now, so you're getting a lot of clean air into the opening that cools the brakes. And one other thing we were discussing earlier this morning, I'm being told that these aluminum wheels, that they're letting the brakes run a little bit cooler because they also have bigger openings in the wheel itself. So I think there's a lot of things contributing to the brakes running cool.
Good point.
But it's also a needed thing, you know. I mean, there's no question. To be good on a long run, what do you need? You need to try to keep the temperature out of those front tires so you don't get tight. And the best way to do that is stay off the brakes, building that temperature, building that pressure.
17 laps to go in stage 2. Let's crank it up.
All right.
Gamma 8 for second place tonight. Both running the ribbon. One back. By himself, all clear. Slide to the 9.
Not a lot of interesting stuff going on right now.
Go clear, keep coming. We see the height in line. Time to roll out. You're still good, still good.
All we've seen is this battle between Almirola and Bowman, and it's not really good. It's not a good battle either.
Dixon's one down, and you see the two lappers to the bottom, right with you in line.
And seriously, show us something more interesting.
10 laps to go in stage 2. Turn 2 has been a trouble spot for Ryan Blaney. That is where Chase Elliott has been closing fast.
Oh yeah, I noticed Elliott is about half a second away. Maybe I would have noticed that if you didn't keep cutting away, you stupid bitches.
Traffic and man, it's allowed Chase Elliott to really close in.
Here's 2 laps to go.
Slide job right here on Christopher Bell, and you see him get loose. Look at the right rear chatter. You see the tires, Mark? Had that right rear chatter, and I'm telling you, that's as close as it gets. Once that starts chattering out from underneath of you in that part of the corner, you are in trouble.
Here's what Blaney had to say.
A little bit over on temps, don't like that. You know, do I need to get in there and get out of the wake of this lap traffic, stuff like that? Yeah, don't, just keep doing what you're doing, kid. You're leading the race. 9 over's not that bad, is it, Larry? I can see with that.
It's not so bad.
Right.
But the biggest problem with this car is I'm looking, there's nothing on the front end, and there's no tape. My biggest concern, how do you cool it down?
Get out of the way.
Larry, tell us.
7 to go on the stage. Can Elliott catch up to Blaney?
Which is exactly what he did.
Well, no traffic ahead. Now watch Brad Keselowski in this replay, the 6 car, who is 1 lap down. The purple car up front.
I don't. What am I watching? I barely saw anything. What am I supposed to see? You had after he's slow?
Hearing Eric Almirola may have just brushed the wall.
Woohoo!
Yep, he did.
Definitely got in the wall. Not very hard. And again, going back to this car and how strong the bodies are, I don't think he's gonna. They won't feel any effect.
At 9, still closing.
Caution. If there's anything wrong, they can. Do they pull it out? Is it so strong they can?
No, you don't have to pull it out. It pops right back out. No harm. But what you don't want to do, and what we've seen, is get hit it hard enough to actually bend the suspension component.
Danica, you should have studied the car, but we're going to talk about it.
9 for this battle for the stage win. These are
Blaney's pulling away, though.
But also, right there in that shot, you can see that resin really starting to wear out down there in 1 and 2.
Now they have broken away from Kevin Harvick by 3 seconds, Jamie.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick's car is taking a turn for the worse. He told the team, taking air pressure out of the right rear did not help. I am terribly loose, plowing the middle, so they're going to put the air pressure back in and take a bigger swing at it for this next round. It's heating up out here, guys. The temperature, ambient, and track have gone up quite
3 to go on the stage.
Right changes at the right time.
Rodney Childers, Harvick's crew chief. 6th place is the battle.
Reddick and Chastain.
2 drivers who've led a lot of laps this year and attracted a lot of notice. Solidly in the top 10.
We've had 2 races. 3 races. Reddick led at Cali. Chastain led at Vegas. 2 to go on the stage.
Right now, Joey Logano would earn the last stage points. 6 Chevys and 4 Fords.
Couple of lap cars to deal with. Could this be the 9th chance?
2 lap cars side by side right here. This is my only chance. This is the last chance to get
that stage, to get that playoff point.
Where you can use these lappers as a pick.
Nope. Not Blaney's gonna get away here. Blaney diced his way through those cars.
12 had to wash up and kind of do a slide job, enabling the 9 to stay running his position.
Ooh.
But with the 42 being there on exit, loses all your momentum.
Blaney into turn 3.
Blaney.
Elliott to the bottom, and they round off turn 4.
Blaney wins the stage. Elliott 2nd. Then
3rd, side by side.
Harvick. They're not side by side. They're about. Fuck off. Byron Larson.
To win a stage this season.
Now, so far, every driver that has won both stages of a race has not won the race. This is the 7th time. No, this is, I think, the 6th time so far it's happened.
Determined.
Can that be beaten? So now I'm wondering how much, if I won any of Clint's money. Now, before I go get my dinner, because I need to eat, I should check the rest of the top 10. Reddick, Chastain, Briscoe, Dylan, Logano. Alright, I'll be back with food. I'm back. I'm back. Whew. I don't think NBC sucks that badly.
Clint Boyer and Jeff Gordon had a meeting not of the minds, but of the race.
That was a real act of a champion.
I couldn't find him. I wanted a meeting of the minds. I wanted to maybe do a tap dance on his mind after that. Man, that was a terrible day. Why does everybody get to capitalize on that except for me?
I was on the back straightaway, sitting in my car, just listening to the crowd roar, and I'm like, I want to see this brawl.
Check this out.
All right, now, the reason we bring all this up is there room enough in a booth this size for Clint Boyer and Jeff Gordon next week? Because I'm leaving.
That's right, and I'm ready for it. Bringing my man back. 24, Jeff Gordon. Like I says, with a navigation, he's coming back.
I just heard
to
that song the
Atlanta.
other day.
That's because it's hip.
Jeff Gordon back here, Atlanta.
Having him and Mike, you can see this.
Alrighty.
It's good. You have Danica and Jeff. They're both about the same height. So when Jeff is saying something next week, we can both look and roll our eyes and be on the same page with one another, right over the top of his head.
Next Sunday, only on Fox. Here they are at the Geico Restart.
Here we go.
Did Jeff hack your Twitter today? Somebody did.
Somebody did.
They brought it up.
Blaney, 6 wide, 7 wide. Not to restart Kevin.
My
Harvick
God.
At all. And actually, it was because of the contact.
Reddick and Elliott at the front.
Loose on the tires a little bit.
And they're only 4 wide exiting turn 2.
Only 4 wide.
Only.
Somehow it all funnels down to 2 abreast for the lead. Elliott outside Tyler Reddick. And Blaney closing right up on the apron.
Well, here he is, guys. We've been talking about him a lot. Tyler Reddick in this 8 car made good work of this restart. Now he's competing for the lead right here at Phoenix.
Made good on that pit stop. Picked up 3 spots. Had a 10-9 pit stop.
Everybody on fresh tires and trying to get the most out of them in these first couple of green flag laps.
It takes me back to Kevin Harvick. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but you heard him talk about it. Ask for the adjustment. A little too tight in the center. I didn't like that taking air out of the right rear. Maybe put it back.
Trackhouse in the top 10.
Slide on my feet.
He ended up saying loose off was the worst, though, in the end. Right
Because
off.
you're tight in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back and look at the restart. Watch Harvick in the 4. Let's see what happens here.
I need to clear something up. Somehow I forgot that Byron won stage 1, not Blaney. So, remember what I said about drivers who won winning both stages, not winning. Yeah, I'm being an idiot.
Two cars on the lead lap. Justin Haley, the first car, 1 lap down.
You ever had gumbo?
115 laps.
Sorry. My God.
And at least 1 pit stop.
Absolutely delicious. My favorite vegetarian
Team Trackhouse
meal.
side by side for the top 10. Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez.
Because I think it's vegetarian. Got with okra, green onion, beans, pepper, tomatoes.
So that was the first car I actually heard shifting in 1 and 2 as well.
Spicy sauce.
Yeah, look at this
It's like a
inside.
party in your
Check
mouth.
this out, Danny. Yep, that's right. Right there, the camera, not only the mirror up top, but the camera. You can see everybody in the rear view with the camera. Has both options. I like that.
What would you pick, Clint?
I'm terrible at cameras. I like the old analog stuff. You know, that old school.
Such a different view, as we've heard. You know, you have to adjust to one or the other. There's such different depths and views, and it's probably a little confusing to go from one to the other. So I'm betting these drivers are using one or the other.
Ross Chastain. It's a great run for him. It's been solid all day long. Keeping pace with William Byron.
Yep.
So, whoa, really close off of turn 2.
This is for 8th place.
further up, you've got Ryan Blaney. He's
Where's Hamlin at?
strong, guys. He's my pick.
17th. Ever since that penalty, he just has not been able to recover. Not even been in the top 10 since his speeding penalty.
He's been maybe the most consistent all day.
And they are both keeping pace with Chase Elliott for about half a second back. And Martin Truex is your Toyota top performer right now in 11th, trying to break into the top 10 here against Daniel Suarez. Last year's winner here.
As I said earlier, finds a way.
Being on the in-car right here, watch him, he was downshifting, I can hear him doing it. There's his downshift. One of the only ones I've heard doing that. And I want to take it back to our conversation that I talked about. What can Ryan Blaney do to cool his car down? Clean air. You heard Larry and I talking about that. That shifting is a big part of keeping your car cool. Both engine temperatures and your gear temperature, which these guys have a gauge on that gear tip and have to keep control of that. So shifting too much can obviously run both of those temperatures up. That's one of the biggest things they could probably do. I wanted to clean that up from earlier.
11th place here, Joey Logano on the inside, battling Suarez and Bowman.
Man, up front, it's heating up. Ryan Blaney. Looks like Chase Elliott's fallen off just a little bit. I wonder if getting a little bit tight out there. But Ryan Blaney, he's making a move. He's about to pass Tyler.
No shit, Blaney has the best car.
In 1 and 2. Just about clears him, doesn't.
That's a really hard vantage point, too, because you're waiting on the spotter, waiting on that guy. Give me a clear, get clear up. And that spotter is clear down here in 3 and 4, looking off into the distance at those cars coming out, and hard vantage point to make that clear. Now,
just use that rearview camera.
Well,
you know, let things see everything.
That thing will lie to you, too. I've had that problem.
Look about a second back from Blaney, and Kevin Harvick is coming. Recovered after spinning the tires on the restart. He's now just about 1 second off of Ryan Blaney.
So hungry.
He's going to have a mirror full of Kyle Larson here in a lap or two.
Man. Southern comfort food.
He
Ribs, gumbo, shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles, mac and cheese.
He just hasn't been in the very front mix, but now
So
we see him. He's in 5th place.
Southern comfort food. Soul food.
Chase Elliott looking for his first oval track win
Since 2020.
Since he scored here in Phoenix in 2020.
And he's good at the track. He was leading the championship race.
The truck that helped build this
last year
and made it so it could power our homes. We took the vehicles businesses used.
And David G. welcome to the stream. You're in for Elliott and Harvick? I mean Reddick? Me too. Me too.
We took the original
Team Chevy, am I right?
head turner and gave it 0 tailpipe emissions. We took the familiar and made it revolutionary.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. And of course, they love the savings they're going to get with Geico, but it goes beyond that.
You deserve to save.
Heard that before.
You deserve to save.
I know.
I need you to hear me. You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel safe.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance at save@geico.com.
Close your eyes and look inside.
It's still Deep Fresh Refresh from Subway refreshing their Italian. So we're taking this to Italy. Because Subway now has Italian-style capicola on the new Margherita and Supreme. I love the smell of Italian food.
Yep, me too, buddy. Me too.
You love closing a deal, but hate managing your business from afar. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair.
With Just for Men Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results? Let's get this meeting started. Has never been easier. The most men trust Just for Men.
Boys for Impact. This is awesome. It's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. As the baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. All new Friday Night SmackDown. Live at 8 Eastern.
Thank you for already subscribed.
99 laps to go in Phoenix. Chase Elliott leading Tyler Reddick by half a second. Ryan Blaney another half second back. Time for the Credit One Bank ones to watch.
Guys, I love going first. The first pick gives you the opportunity to take the best car. He won the pole. He was fast in practice. No other than Ryan Blaney in this Ruoff car. I'm really interested to see if he can get to the 9, much like the 9 did him. And can he complete this pass? I'm saying he can.
So, Clint, Kyle Larson in that 5 car, they had to start this race at the rear of the field, but he's just kind of lurking back there just about inside the top 5. Get a late race restart, you just get him up front like here in November, or maybe Fontana a few weeks ago, Kyle Larson will do the rest.
I'm going with my guy, Kevin Harvick. I've been talking about him a lot. He's
Teammate.
running up front. He's going to make a good change on that last stop to be in the right place at the right time. He's going for his 10th win. He's on a
Less than 100 laps to go now.
Streak right now. I'm going with Kevin Harvick.
Well, Danica, all season long, we've heard about Tyler Reddick and the problems that he has had with his legs. Today, we haven't heard one word about that. He is quiet in that race car and happy, running in second place right now. I'm watching Tyler Reddick.
He's having a great race, but it is Hendrick Motorsports looking to sweep the 3 West Coast races, and they have the lead right now with Chase Elliott. And keep an eye right there. And those are your Credit One Bank ones to watch. There are, of course, others. Chase Briscoe in 6th, Ross Chastain in 7th.
Elliott's actually pulled away from both Reddick and Blaney. So.
And Alex Bowman just ahead.
You can definitely tell, that pressure cooker, the intensity's picking up towards the end of this race, trying to get established, trying to get this, track position that everybody's, looking for. The manufacturer talk is starting to pick up. The Chevrolets are starting to show. Fords are there. The Toyotas, those are the ones that are really, haven't seen the most of today. But I'm loving what I see out front with this 3-horse battle. And maybe a 4-horse battle if yours comes true, Larry, with a 5-car. Been watching Kyle Busch the last several laps, too, while we were doing that segment. And, man, he is loose. About every lap down here in 3 and 4, when he tries to run the bottom, just can't keep the rear of that car underneath of him.
Martin Truex in 12th, last year's winner here, is the highest placed Toyota in the race. Chevy's 1-2, Ford's 3 and 4.
I wonder what Toyota feels like might help them the most. I wonder if is it mechanical? Is it speed?
There was a caution last week. They just needed no caution to come out. He'd had the red. They'd been in victory lane. Wouldn't even been having his car.
Exactly.
Macro of the season is
trouble back straight away.
Oh, Truex.
Down goes Martin Truex after hard contact.
Damn, you can see the right front. There's definitely a gash in the car. Blown tire. Yeah, I can see the rim.
You can definitely tell he's been hard into the wall with that right front corner of his car.
He can barely move. His left rear is locked up.
That's not the friendliest place to hit the wall with a blown right front, as I have done that. It's a flat. You got a lot of room to exit.
I'm sure she has lots of experience with blowing tires and crashing.
Screen, 5th car in line.
Oh.
I don't know.
Head on.
It looked like it got loose. But maybe that was a correction from the tire going down, but I mean,
bad
I heard
impact.
him on what he said, but it looked like the thing kind of got sideways on him and overcorrected.
It had a moment, but the way that thing darted to the wall that aggressively, I don't know if it was the right front or not, but it.
Well, nobody knows better.
What was the right front?
I heard him say he cut a tire down. But that's the end of his day. That's a huge hit. But you're right, Danica. Some of the hardest hits I've ever seen. You know, you don't think it would come on a track like this, but off of that turn 2 over there, it blew a right front tire. That is not a good angle at all.
So Larry, caution out with 91 laps to go. How does this change your thinking?
Boy, it's interesting, Mike. I mean, everybody will come get 4 fresh tires because they've got 26 laps. But you need to make sure you pack it full of fuel because it's right there on the threshold of being able to make it to the end. But who in the world would ever believe we'll go caution-free the rest of this thing?
Who would want to go caution-free to the end of this thing without getting another set of tires?
Larry, is that going to take a sales job on your driver if you think it could go caution-free?
Yeah, it's a long way to go, Mike, and I've been seeing, you know, quite a bit of tire fall off, so, you know, you may see some different strategies. If we did go caution-free, you may see them try to split it up, but I just believe, and I'll share some trends with you a little bit later on in the race.
Okay. There's Martin.
I can see a grimace on Truex's face.
Hard hit there. He'll take the mandatory trip to the care center and get checked out. The defending champion of this race will not be around to see the finish.
Sure. Good old Tucker Boyle on Twitter is going to be like probably breaking several rules on Twitter.
Quickly to the driver's aid.
Because he's probably going to be cursing
It's a
out.
big hit. Like you said, Clint,
Yeah.
these cars are
He'll probably tell a driver to go die on Twitter.
Showcase it like it used to.
Because he has a horrible temper.
Mine started on fire and ran down the front straightaway.
April 16th, the USFL is coming. And their season kicks off with an historic inaugural game. General Stallions, New Jersey against Birmingham in prime time on Fox and NBC.
What are you, Mike? You a general or you going to be a stallion?
Well, I'm from Connecticut. I guess I'm a general.
I like stallions. They run fast.
I like both.
Well, we'll be out here next January.
We can't pull for both, Danica. It's a game. Somebody has to win.
I thought it was getting personal.
Looks like pit road may stay closed. Speaking of winners, 87 people went 6 for 6 playing Fox Bet Super 6. They split $10,000.
I can't tell if I won because I don't.
Verification of eligibility.
Now we're talking. Look at that.
I can't see if I got all 6 correct. I'm trying.
Most of my life.
What?
Because my strategy is to put in my picks before the end of stage 2.
Underneath it says or follow directions.
How about that too there, boys?
That's you, Boyer.
Need one of those shirts. But 87 winners splitting it, you know, $10,000. Last week there was 300 or so.
Unless, never mind, there was a time limit to put it in.
Up for them. They're going to be able to buy dinner tonight. All about getting on a free app and answering some questions.
I love it.
Dig it.
Yeah, 10,000 divided by 87 is about...
Decisions. We're gonna gamble.
It's about $114. Yeah, about the price of a really good dinner. Take it for 2.
You in there until I get up these 4 tires on you.
I'm going 4 tires, full of fuel. Give me all the options.
Here we go down pit road. The lap cars stay out. Everyone else comes in. We've got 93 laps to go.
Kevin Harvick comes down pit road in second gear. He said it feels like the left rear was a little bit low on air pressure. They're going to leave it alone for now. They're going to leave the right side air pressure alone as well, but they're going to go back on that wedge adjustment they made on the last stop. It just wasn't helping. Car felt weird, so they're still working on that. Ford has had good speed. They just need a little bit more. Regan?
Tyler Reddick continuing that trend of having speed every week. The team doing a nice job with that race car as well, getting it better as the race goes on. Wants to free it up just a little bit more. Chase Elliott, that race car keeps building neutral for him, which is a good thing. That's exactly what he wants it to do. And the 12 car, Brian Blaney, not sure if it was traffic or conditions on the track, but that race car was getting too tight for him.
3 wide, race off pit road.
Elliott keeps the lead. Briscoe, Chastain, Harvick, Dillon, Byron, Larson, Bowman, Blaney, Swartz. What the hell happened to Tyler Reddick? Like, Blaney dropped from 3rd to 9th, and Reddick's not in the top 10 at all. He's gonna restart 12th. Damn.
Yes. Fine. The WeatherTech's here.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser measured floor liners, no drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone.
Bum bum bottom bum bottom.
Hey, I get it. Commitment can be scary, but not when you're saving up to 15% with Subscribe and Save at Amazon. You get free repeat delivery on your favorite items. And if things don't work out, you can always cancel. Seriously, no one would judge you if you call it off. Okay.
Learn all the ways to save with Amazon.
And Doug.
You gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You gotta do it fast.
Woo! 34 miles per hour! New personal record, Limu!
He'll be back. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
When you step into a new day, determined, committed, willing to take on whatever's asked of you, that new day is yours to own, yours to shape, and yours to be proud of. Ram. JD Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Sorry, I didn't even see all these. Sorry, David J. I missed these. Oof, Clint Boyer, a time traveler or what? Called it perfectly. Promise. I'm sorry I didn't see that because now I have no idea what the context is, but.
Great day for a race, whether you're enjoying it on your phone or your tablet or just swinging in the hammock there.
That looks nice.
Here's Jamie.
Martin Truex Jr., the reason for the caution, cut a right front into the wall pretty hard. You've been checked and released, but any indication there, Martin?
No, not at all. We've been getting really loose all day on the longer runs, so we're just out there trying to take care of it there. We gained a few spots in the restart and was just trying to take care of the rear tires, so yeah, I don't know. I'm coming off of 2 there. I'm kind of neutral free, and then all of a sudden it's just like shot straight in the fence. So must have cut a right front down, running up there in the glue or something.
Thank you. Glad you're okay.
Now Ryan Blaney will restart 9th. What happened, Regan?
Mike so quick all day long, but had a little bit of issue on pit road. The right rear tire, he had a problem with the nut actually falling out of the gun that puts it back onto the tire. So he's going to have to work hard here at the end of this race to get back up front.
You saw it fall out too. He had to reach up. It was right off the bat. It fell out, and he had to reach over and think that he has another one on him. You saw him reach up and grab it, and has to load it into the gun. Just that little bit of time, little bit, made all that difference.
We're talking 10-second pit stops here, 11-second pit stops.
But it happened so fast, you had to really dive into it and know what happened to even see it.
Great stop for Chase Briscoe. He will restart 2nd. Likewise, Ross Chestnut.
There we go.
3rd. Chase Elliott.
2 of the top 3 looking for their first career win. Another one looking for their first win in 46 races. 47, actually. As they fan out for the restart.
It's so cool here.
Yeah, Briscoe. He's able to clear the 9. Briscoe to the lead.
Chase Briscoe got a great start.
Indeed. And behind Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick. And there's also Ross Chastain and William Byron.
Whoa. Yeah.
Get up.
William Byron had his hands full in the middle of 1 and 2.
Bowman and Logano diving low back into the dogleg.
He's there because his team gained 4 spots on pit road. Thank you very much, boys. I appreciate it. Now let me go do my job. I'm going to get a good restart and put this 14 car out front.
I think that's called teamwork.
I like that.
Blaney now outside the top 10, and Reddick is not even. Reddick is also outside the top 10. Oh, and look, he's finally made his way back to the top 10. It's Denny Hamlin.
Again, let's run the top. That's a bit better up there.
His teammate Alex Bowman slots in right behind his battle with Joey Logano and Austin Dillon.
Looking about 3 wide flying by right now. All right, look at it. You got Denny Hamlin. He's, at the back end of this cluster. I wonder if this will be a better run for him. Maybe, again, like the boys have been saying, you make one good stop and you go from 20th to 5th. So Denny needs that.
Well, you now have Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch, and Eric Almirola all in one very tight pack.
Logano having a nice charge through.
And significantly, Blaney has not gained a position since the restart.
Him and Tyler Reddick are going at it side by side. Getting stopped up by Alex Bowman, it looks like.
Yeah. It's all looks like Blaney's going to get a position here. He's not clear yet, but he will be.
Blaney outside of Bowman. And that's for 9th.
I don't know, if I'm a betting woman, I'm saying that the top is probably the safest bet when it comes to the line to run. What do you think, Clint?
Well, it certainly is, but you got to be able to run that bottom and be good on the bottom. And one car that I saw had a really good restart and capitalized on these conversations we're talking about is that 22 of Joey Logano. They haven't heard much out of him, and man, I tell you what, after that restart, Briscoe and Joey Logano, check it out.
Where'd he come from?
And look at this cat, Ross Chastain. Jamie?
What an impressible.
Impressible.
He's got the first ever stage Trackhouse, led 83 laps, finished 3rd. Now this week they had a very productive practice, a fast race car, didn't have to adjust on it much. So far today the car has been good and the team on pit road getting it done. Regan.
Big issues for Kyle Larson right now. Believes this race car is having an engine problem. Right now, the team has got him cycling through the pages on the dashboard, looking at all the information he can, but it doesn't sound good for the 5.
Oh dear.
And last time by here at turn 4, he was right down on the apron, not for the dog leg, but in the middle of turn 4 as he paged through there, trying to sort things out.
Never good when that happens. He's back. Larson now back to 13th.
He's definitely down the cylinder.
Yeah. Lost a cylinder.
You can see all the momentum that he loses down the straightaway where he comes off the corner.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, that car is slow. 5 car, down a cylinder.
I remember when you lose a cylinder like that, it's almost like you picked up speed in the corners.
Built-in traction control.
Yeah, that's right. You sure struggle down the
Built.
straightaways.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this sport is 75% straightaway.
See if we can address it.
Basically. More like a 2/3 straightaway.
Kyle Larson comes to pit road while Chase Briscoe holds a 1-second lead on Chase Elliott and Kevin Harvick.
Briscoe looking for his first win. Elliott looking for his first win since Road America last year and his first oval win since his championship victory. Harvick looking for his first win in 47 races.
With SHR car, I really did. We always say there was nothing more frustrating than Kevin Harvick.
Not to mention, if Briscoe wins today, he will become the 200th winner in NASCAR.
What his teammates did. I mean, I did that. Just never could find good grip here and a good handle. Had some time in the sun, but never enough, never long enough.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. We talked about earlier, Jamie asked, well, could you drive like your teammate or even a setup like your teammate? And it's, what'd you find?
Yeah, no, I couldn't find it. I never did my own thing. Speak a different language, and that's what was fun for me, and having so many different teammates and everything else, is you hear all the different ways people describe cars. We're riding with Kurt Busch, and I'll never forget him talking about the left front's not talking to the right front, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
The left.
But everybody's different.
All right, Bubba Wallace
Tires
made an
talking.
unscheduled pit stop for tires. And Regan, what's up with Kyle Larson?
Well, the word from crew chief Cliff Daniels to Kyle was, we are done. Drive into the garage, broken valve spring. So tough ending.
Broken valve spring.
Bubba Wallace back out on track, but now 2 laps back.
Where that win comes in handy. A big win in California, you don't have to worry about playoffs, points, and stuff like that. Still racing for wins. Put it in a box, let's head to Atlanta. So that's the question. Do you get nervous when you know your teammate, you look over and hey, 5 cars having trouble? Don't you think for a second the 48, the 9, all of them didn't notice that, and the spotters, everybody else communicating that? So maybe mindful of your shifts, down shifts, don't over rev that car. I'm not saying that he did, but those are all things that creep into your mind when you start seeing a teammate having trouble.
Yeah. But I think that you see it from not only just like a team perspective, but a manufacturer perspective.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. It's not just your teammate.
No, it's
Oh,
not just your
did
teammate.
Danica actually say something intelligent?
Out there that have that same engine over there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's an idiot, but she says a lot of obvious stuff, and we don't care about IndyCar and a NASCAR broadcast. They're both cool, but one's not necessarily relevant to the other.
Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon.
Holy shit! Dylan got real loose.
They'll loose off that bottom. You know, again, downshifting coming off.
Damn, man.
The RPM range that you do when you run on bottom.
That thing had quite a ferocious wiggle.
William Byron into Tyler Reddick a couple of races ago. Yikes. 67 laps to go in Phoenix.
Yeah, Briscoe, less than a second lead, but Elliott is gaining.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive?
Keeping the volume on.
Absolutely.
At this point.
Exactly why you should join.
Officially kicking off. 8 teams battling in 43 games. It's more football, more opportunity. It's good news. The bottom line is we all love watching football. We're announcing the A coach. Good coaching is a great start. The 2022 USFL draft is open. First pick, quarterback Jay Bass to hire Allen football. Never takes the ball. Standalone football. Fans have been waiting for this moment. Now, spring football is back.
For 75 years, Martinsville Speedway has been the short track in NASCAR. Get your tickets now at martinsvillespeedway.com.
Blaney is charging his way through the field, back up to the 5th position.
Pound for pound, this one's still tougher. Tougher. Tough.
Holy.
The official tractor of Top and Stuart Haas Racing.
I got a race this weekend. I'll see you later.
Refresh.
Subway now has Italian-style capicola on the new Supreme meats and matzo meat, just like my Nona makes when she cooks.
I don't cook.
Wait, what?
It's a good thing he's so handsome.
Subway keep refreshing and
61 laps to go. As you saw, Ty Dillon's been in the wall, but continues. And Chase Briscoe continues to hold a lead of almost a second on Chase Elliott. Watch the 42.
Yeah, I think you undersold that a little bit, Mike. He hit
Oh,
pretty hard.
yeah, he did. And he hit it again.
Contact not once, not twice. Probably about 3 times, swapping from the right rear to the right front. Be interesting to see. Again, goes back to this car.
Todd Gilliland up to 18th.
Sure been a flat tire here in a lap or two.
We stay green. Watching the battle for 7th. Jamie's with one of Byron's teammates.
Broken valve spring, as Regan reported for Kyle Larson, so he is out. Any indication there, Kyle? Anything that you did to lead to that you know of?
I don't know. I felt it 4 or 5 laps before it was just getting worse. But yeah, I hate that our Valvoline Chevy was pretty good. I thought we were 4th or 5th place car. Just was hoping to be a little bit better than that, but unfortunately the valve spring broke, or a valve spring broke. So hate that, but you know, everybody at the Hendrick Engine Shop is some of the smartest people out there. So I know they'll address the issue that seems like we've had here these last couple weeks with some of the engines, and we'll come back strong and reliable. So the good thing is we got fast cars, fast engines, and great drivers driving these Chevys. So we'll get some more wins here. Thanks, Kyle.
Well, he won't get to win today, but he did fly over to California and get him a Sprint Car World Outlaw win last night. Pretty crazy all the racing that kid does. Bummed out today, victory lane last night. I was at a taco truck at like midnight or something.
You think that was tacos?
Flew clear over there. What'd you win? $400 in a taco. Are you sure that was a worthwhile cause?
He probably
58
spent
laps
it
to
all
go.
I don't know if it was tacos. There were some pictures of food on that food truck, but he probably spent it all on.
He's gonna be eating
prize
tacos
food.
again. We better save some of that more while I ain't making none today.
Now, not just Kyle Larson, but did I see on social media that both Kyle Busch and his son Brexton captured checkered flags in doing a little night racing this weekend.
Sure did. Man, I just saw Harrison Burton really sideways crossed up down here in 3 and 4. He has had his hands full all day long. That 21 car.
Austin Dillon 9th, Alex Bowman 10th. So here's what Harrison Burton has been dealing with today.
Oh, you see the frustration too.
he slammed his hand on the dashboard, shaking his head.
Hey, I hear you, Harrison. It doesn't look fun. I'm glad I'm up here, not in that car. Need some adjustments.
That tells me the adjustments aren't working, is what that tells me, because we just had stops and it's not better.
Been there and done that at this place. Can be very frustrating if you don't have a good balance in your car. Lose for him, for sure.
Burton is 28th.
Elliott still slowly gaining. Reddick trying to pass for 7th on William Byron.
7th and 8th.
William Byron in that 24 car was really loose taking off. You know, he lost some spots, was tank swapping in both ends, but it seems like on these long runs it's coming in.
Pass made, Reddick to 7th.
Finding some speed, but he's going to let Tyler Reddick go. Hey, thank you, William.
Kind of owes him after that debacle at Cali.
So rounding out our top 10 is last week's winner, Alex Bowman. And as we teased yesterday, he and Kyle Busch have a T-shirt war going on.
Why are we showing this now? This is for commercial.
He's just terrible.
He just fucking turned. Damn it.
So the Martinsville T-shirt, with the money, Alex bought 22 Martinsville grandfather clocks for his entire team and gave the rest to animal shelters. With this latest T-shirt, courtesy of Kyle Busch's rant,
That's a lot of T-shirts.
18% off. That's Kyle's car number.
18.
Kyle Busch responded on his website. He's put T-shirts 48% off. That's Bowman's car number.
I love this. What? Go! Focus on the leader! Focus on the leader! Because Elliott is right there. Elliott has a fantastic long run car.
All is good.
And he's been able to catch up to the leader with every single run that he's been able to have. He's gotten very close to the lead.
Keep the pressure on. He's coming to you now.
Is that the right front, he said?
I think so, and it's so important. As you're catching him, you know you're going to start picking up his dirty air and get tighter. If you're catching him and you're free, it's important not to get to him. You kind of get stalled out at matching his speed. If you don't pass him and get door-to-door with him early, as in right as soon as you catch him, for whatever reason you stall out, next thing you know you're using more brake, next thing you know you're too tight, you've oversmoked the front tires. I think that's the conversation they were talking about.
I think it's probably going to come down to pit road.
Well, it's just trying to figure out how to get around him.
Yeah.
Less than 50 to go. We're in the last sixth of the race.
If I'm Chase Elliott, I'm
So-
waiting for those two cars. You saw him up there ahead. I'm looking for those two cars as an opportunity. Might save my stuff here, cool those tires out, and be ready when we catch a lap traffic.
I was just going to ask you that, Clint. I was going to ask, if you're in this position, wide open space, the two of you are running away, do you push now, or do you push just enough to kind of wait till the end to see if his car falls off more than yours?
Well, I'm going to push as hard as I can, obviously, just like always, and get to him and try to make the pass. If I can't, I don't want to just sit there in his wake and overcook those front tires when I have an opportunity like those lap traffic coming.
Yeah, I've been watching this battle back there for third. Kevin Harvick in that 4-car. Ross Chastain ran Kevin down. Now, once Ross got there, they kind of plateaued out as far as lap times, but Ross is right there on the back of that 4-car.
You can't say enough about the job that Trackhouse bunch has done. I mean, they're delivering each...
Both of their drivers in the top 20. Chastain obviously in the top 5. Ooh! 12 got loose. A little loose. I saw him wiggle right in front of the 16 of Allmendinger.
He leveled out in that 5th position after falling back in that last round of pit stops. Just reported to his team a few laps ago, the steering wheel is shaking really bad in that race car all of a sudden. Got something going on with the steering in it, not happy with it, and very tight right now.
Tough to feel it.
I feel
Steering wheel's shaking, the front tires don't work.
I would say that's under braking in the same situation that we heard earlier. Just, on these long runs, you start using less and less brake because you're not in traffic and those things. They cool off and they start...
45 to go. Elliott's starting to slip back a little more.
You start hearing noises, ghosts, things like that?
Only if you're the 14 of Chase Briscoe right now.
Yeah, right. Because he's the leader by 0.6 of a second.
Pretty big deal for that kid and his team, SHR, if they could pull this win off today.
Be his first career victory. Like I said, also he'd be like I said earlier, the 200th victor in NASCAR.
He's beating Harvick right now.
Came in as a rookie
man
driver
here.
last year and got beat up pretty bad. Didn't get the results they wanted. They've been strong this year and working together, and honestly, probably been the class of the field at SHR. I know that 10 car gets a better finish at the end, but that 14, he's been up front a lot here this year.
Now, Jamie McMurray's been watching the data on both these lead cars, and didn't we hear Briscoe was going to shift every lap, every corner, and is he still doing that?
Yeah, Mike, it's been really interesting. We have not been seeing Chase Briscoe shift, but you guys talked about the issue with Kyle Larson and
It's the Chase and Chase show.
that he uses, and are the other teams going to be concerned? Chase Elliott is not concerned. He has been shifted every single lap. Not worried about the
Probably used to it as a road course ace.
Gear or the engine. Chase Elliott is on kill right now.
One thing that I am seeing with the 14 of Chase Briscoe, in particular down there in 1 and 2, is he's running higher, right up against the wall, risking it pretty good versus the 9 car. I've noticed the 9 car has started to inch up there a little bit, but man, you are flirting with disaster. This much, too much, getting into that corner, you're going to slide up being the wall, and the rest is history.
The last win for Stuart Haas, Eric Almirola, last July at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So here's this Indiana boy out front, Tony Stewart, his boyhood hero. He had the Tony Stewart jammies, then he had the Tony Stewart, video game, and he had all the merch, all the everything. He was 100% Tony Stewart. Now he's got the Tony Stewart boss and Tony's car and number.
Yep, but Elliott is getting closer and closer. He's getting more confident.
Chase Elliott.
Got to fend off the champion from 2 years ago.
Squirted across the center right there and picked up the throttle. I think that's all because of being able to have that reaction being in fourth gear in the middle of the corner.
Well, he's obviously comfortable shifting, so it wouldn't surprise me if the speed's dropping off. They're running high 28s.
Here comes that lap traffic I was talking about. And look, now the 9's on there. He was timing.
Now the 9 make a pass right to the bumper of the 14. Was able to make a pass, lost quite a bit of ground.
The opportunity, but nonetheless, you could see how he was almost just poised and waiting for that to come to fruition, and that's exactly what happened.
Don't worry, there'll be more. They're getting into all the laps.
We've got less than 40 to go.
Use people as a pin to pick the right lane.
Well, Larry Mack, at the last caution, you were trying to sell me on going 90 laps on this final tank of fuel. What are you thinking now?
Yeah, Mike, I still do not see these leaders pitting because we've got 38 laps to go, and really the pace is only about a second a lap off of their fastest lap. So I do not, as long as they're full, and we saw for sure, like Chase Elliott, they got that 9-car full. I see if we go caution-free, we run it out to the end.
All right.
Chase trying to dive low to make that pass. There's a lap car on top and on bottom. The cars that need to pack Keselowski and Austin Cindric. Elliott can't make the pass yet. Okay, side by side, do that.
Okay, this is a freezer, not a time capsule. Sometimes the house itself can tell you how a young homeowner is turning into their parents.
Not those two.
Yep, they're gone.
Forever?
Yep.
That there is Progressive's Home Quote Explorer website, where I compared home insurance rates.
We don't need to print the internet. Some are beyond help. I will give you $100 if you can tell me what this is. Scotch egg. It's a meatball.
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer.
We've got a lot of work to do.
I don't know. I like the Dr. Rick Progressive commercials. The only one I like. There's something quite sad but true about them. Okay, why isn't this working? Less than 35 to go. Elliott's still right there.
This person and I know each other, though.
Plus, be there for the bombshell moment no one saw coming.
They just walked off the stage.
The Masked Singer, all new Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Oh yeah, I know what that bombshell moment is. It's because Rudy Giuliani was unmasked on the show, and Robin Thicke and Ken Jeong got so angry that he was on the show to begin with. Which frankly, I question why politicians have to go on to reality shows like this. Aren't they busy enough? But I digress. They got so angry that he was even on the show that they walked off the stage in protest. I kind of don't blame him. I'd be pissed too. I don't know.
There's a whole new season to love what we love.
Burnouts. Winning. Race.
I am NASCAR.
On the front lines, every detail is critical and every second counts. That's why Verizon Frontline is built for 5G to help.
Chase is chasing. Yeah, it's the Chase and Chase show, as I'm calling it.
Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
32 laps to go in Phoenix. Here's your aerial coverage of the leaders provided by Goodyear. Anything can happen as long as you have the drive. Goodyear, more driven. Chase Briscoe, Chase Elliott, 0.4 of a second apart. That's what it looks like.
And I take it all back to the line that you just saw Chase Briscoe run versus the 9 of Chase Elliott behind him down in 1 and 2. That 14 car is way up by the wall right in the middle of the corner. And the 9 can't do that. He can't run right into the wake of him. He's got to go where he doesn't, and it's just forcing his hands to run where he doesn't want to be.
So Jamie Mack, who's shifting and who isn't?
Yeah, we've been watching it, and Chase Elliott still shifting on both ends of the racetrack. Chase Briscoe, however, has started shifting in turns 3 and 4, the tighter end of the track, maybe because he's running just a little bit lower, as you see right there. But it just seems to me that
Briscoe is able to control the race, not having to drive his car quite as hard. I think this all comes down to lap traffic and who's able to manage that, and it always seems like the car behind has a little bit of an advantage in lap traffic.
So there's telemetry in for Briscoe.
Almirola set for his 4th top 10 in a row.
Downshifting. What effect does that have on gas mileage since we're going to be close?
Yeah, Mike, there's no doubt. Shifting, whenever you're not in high gear, you are using more fuel. And I'm looking at my fuel predictor right now, and the pattern or trend I'm seeing, the Ford count, which would include Chase Briscoe, include Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, they seem to be closer on fuel than the Chevrolet camp right now.
It's interesting. And I mean, I'm talking right on the number of making it to the end of this thing.
So here's Chase Elliott's telemetry. A lot of brake into the corner.
I feel like Chase Elliott really ran hard at that opportunity to lap traffic to try to get on him, and maybe, you know, overran his car a little bit, got those tires hot, trying to cool them off right here, riding a little bit.
I don't know if I see Chase Elliott.
Ooh, Eric Jones!
Eric Jones has developed a penchant for late race cautions. It was with 2 laps to go last week. And here, tire down, heavy damage right front. Damage to the front splitter. He's going to have to limp it back.
Oh, he lost that thing and he slides toward the wall. Bam!
That's a lot of tire down. But he didn't make that hard an impact to the inside wall. Corners hit the wall, but
These tires we've just seen, you know, sliding the least little bit. They really, they must be pretty thin, it tells me, because they don't slide long, and they're flattened down. But I tell you what, it's promising that this guy's driving a car back. I love what I'm.
and how they were coming apart at Vegas last weekend.
But
You know what, guys? This could be the make or break stop. Regardless if we have more cautions or not, this might be your last trip to pit road. Think about November. I know Kyle Larson is out of the race. That pit stop is what won him the race and the championship.
Well, I don't know about making it yet, but it can break you. No mistakes. We've seen it all day long. We talked about it at pre-race, minimizing mistakes. The 11 car up front had mistakes. The 12 car has been a car to beat all day long. Made a mistake in pit road.
All right.
A little bit of bobble.
I'm gonna.
Do not have a mistake right here.
People are gonna pit.
Eric Jones makes it back to pit road. Justin Haley will be the free pass car.
20 cars in the lead lap.
And before the pits open, catching up from last week, Rick Hendrick pledged $200,000 for relief in the Ukraine, plus money for each lap his drivers led last week. That totaled $302,000.
That's because Hendrick led 51 laps.
$1 million to World Kitchen for Ukraine relief. Tremendous gestures. Jamie?
Here we go. The pits. This is going to be the winning stop for somebody. Whoever gets the lead is going to be in position to win.
Ross Chastain said he just couldn't take off on that last restart. Tight the whole run. 4 tires here to help him. Regan.
Well, Chase Briscoe, very calm in that race car, said we've had the best pit crew all day long. No big deal right here. Don't have to buy any change to that race car. Happy with it. Chase Elliott just a little bit too tight, especially in turn 2. He needs it to turn better to win the race.
Oh.
Chase Briscoe will lead them off pit road.
Elliott loses multiple spots. Bad pit stops.
Had trouble. That's a mistake. I don't know what it was, but 4 tires lost there. Blaney picking up one. Taking a
Briscoe and Harvick. And then Chastain. And Blaney's going to be right back in the mix as well. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
Chase Briscoe's team justifiably gets to celebrate that one. They put it in the driver's hands.
They certainly have. And he took the answered the call. They gave him a good stop last time. He went out and led all the laps. Put him in position here. Now he's got to fend off his teammate. Ooh, mano a mano.
Eric Jones was able to make repairs and get back out on track. So we get another restart, and they have been wild today. Right from the start of the race, that's Kyle Busch way down on the apron, testing it early. Next one, Logano and Reddick down there, and then everybody decides to go to the inside. That's what 7 wide looks like there.
7 wide. Cindric, let me check. He's a lap down somewhere. I think. No, he's not. Or maybe he is. Cindric is in 23rd, a lap down.
But it's also down there, and I watched Kevin Harvick very close that last stop, and I'd say this because it could happen again. He didn't go clear down there. He let those guys have it down there, and why I think he did that is so he could have the track position where he wanted to be on the racetrack when they get to the corner. More importantly, got off of 2. William Byron was way down on the bottom on the apron, but he couldn't get
See if I can hit the 200 view.
Kevin Harvick to drive off.
There is definitely a different feel when you're approaching the corner from a completely different trajectory.
All right, we don't talk about it much. I'm talking it's time to go. Time to pick. What are you going to do if you're the leader here? Look, Jamie McMurray, you're on here. Chase Briscoe, the leaders. You going to take the outside or the inside?
Listen, history tells us you want to take the outside, but based on watching the race today, I'm taking the inside. I'm cutting as much of the dog leg off as I can. I think that the resin they put on the outside has started to wear off, Clint. The inside lane's going to win this restart.
You know, it's interesting you say that. I agree with that, but the conversation there is with Chase Briscoe. He has shown he likes that outside, especially in 1 and 2. He wants to run higher than most. He's finding grip and making success up there. If he gets
Gonna be 20 laps to go when we get back to green.
I think Kevin Harvick could win this race.
Well, here's a quick look at the progressive race summary with 22 laps to go. 6 different leaders have swapped the lead back and forth 15 times. We have 20 cars on the lead lap, 7 caution flags. Bunch of wave arounds here.
Let's see what they choose. Here it is.
Talk about hungry hounds. Here's Chase Briscoe looking for his first career win. And Kevin Harvick
looking for his
on a
46 race winless streak. So his last win was 47 races ago.
Going to the doghouse from 10th. He will restart in the back.
Not a good time for that.
Whoopsie.
I don't think they didn't choose that lap.
Here it comes.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. It's right here.
Here we go.
Tracks backwards. Gets me every time.
Briscoe inside, Harvick outside. Chastain inside, Blaney outside.
I think a big part of this conversation is what's behind you. Call it help, but it's really not now. It's any man's game. You're going to see these guys fan out. Ross Chastain, you know he's going to be aggressive. He wants to get this Trackhouse bunch in victory lane. Get them tires warmed up. You can see both of them scrubbing it very hard.
What have we not seen teammates up front on the final restart of the race?
I think that all comes down to the parity that we've been talking about.
Okay, pace car is going down pit road, but obviously they're still going down the back stretch.
They've worked on tire pressures, everything all race long. There's a reason why those 2 cars are up front. They're prepared almost identical.
Tony Stewart and Gene Haas have the front row here with Chase Briscoe and Kevin Harvick. It'll be 20 laps to go when they get the restart green.
Here we go. Chastain diving low into that dog leg. Who's gonna emerge in the lead? It's 3 wide. We got Chastain, Briscoe, and Harvick. It's gonna be, looks like Briscoe coming going into turn 1. But Chastain is gonna, looks like he might be able to stay there. Nope. No, yes he will. 2 drivers without a win. And the third one is Tyler Reddick is putting his in the wing. Here comes Chastain on the inside of Chase Briscoe. Can he clear? We've got 2 drivers thirst hungry for that first victory. Hell, no, make that 3. Now Reddick is making the pass on Harvick to 3rd. My God, those front 2 bumping and banging. Reddick coming into the picture. Come on. 3 drivers looking for their first win. Harvick looking for his first win in over a year. Chastain dove pretty low Might hurt him.
Can't say enough about the job that Chase Briscoe did.
We're gonna have a first. One of these three drivers is going to become the 200th different winner in NASCAR history. Briscoe is doing it right now. Reddick is trying to clear Tyler Ross Chastain to get to second. Oh, Ross Chastain refusing to cede the position as he gets to the bumper of Reddick.
And it's time to push.
Maybe Kevin Harvick, with all of his experience, is just going, why don't you kids just figure it out? And I'll pick up the scraps when you get a little too far. Might be about all he's got right now. Those cars are fast.
Can anyone catch up to Briscoe?
65.
A combined 65 career victories between the top 5, and one of those drivers has 58.
Almirola and Hamlin had some contact last time by. Racing for 10th place.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I don't know if he thought he was clear, thought he could get behind him, not clear.
Reddick is pulled out. Can Reddick get to Briscoe? 15 laps to go.
You see the speed that Chase Briscoe's carrying in the corner. You see the car just dive how hard he's...
Ford hasn't won a race at Phoenix since 2 years ago with Joey Logano. Briscoe trying to get that Ford Mustang out to victory lane. He's led 87 laps today.
Stages of the race, and I think all the momentum again is coming from that high line. He's got to figure it out to run a little bit higher in 1 and 2 than everybody else.
And his pit crew did a great job to keep him out front under that
88. So if he can lead every lap from here on back, he'll have led 101 laps.
A big part of that, but it's a team effort. We know that. We've seen that time and time again.
Well, it was his right foot in the middle of turns 1 and 2 that got Chase Briscoe to lead back on that restart. Amazing move. He just powered down.
Reddick not being able to make catch up on any ground. There's crew chief Johnny Klausmeier.
There is a nod in both of those guys' stomachs.
Hasn't won a race since 2018. It was back with Clint Boyer at New Hampshire, I think it was.
So smart. I worked with Tony Gibson for a long time. Learned a lot from him, but he's a smart guy in and of himself.
Michigan, excuse me.
Harvick starting to make some inroads on 3rd place. Chastain.
Yeah, but Briscoe is pulling away.
Just tough to get on the throttle. You know, you're running that shorter distance. You're asking a lot more of the tires to handle that angle with all the throttle, and it just looked like Kevin couldn't really get to the throttle like he wanted to.
So no change there. Up front, Johnny Klausmeier, crew chief, looking for his 3rd different Cup win, and it would be with 3 different drivers.
Huh?
Hey, Jimmy Mack, tell me, I mean, catching this cat and then passing him was 2 different conversations.
I must have screwed something up then.
Hearing you talk about shifting, you're able to see who's shifting, who's not.
Oh, he started with Chase Briscoe.
Can do to maybe capitalize on a pass for the win here. Yeah, and it appears that Tyler
Then he won.
Get to Briscoe, but I just think passing him is going to be difficult. You pointed out he's running that high line.
Okay, Eric Almirola.
It's obviously easier to pass him.
So his last win was not with Boyer at Michigan, but with Almirola at Talladega.
Never mind, James.
Oh, caution! Chase Elliott into the wall.
Oh, now it picks up.
Great.
Not what Chase Briscoe wanted to see.
Wonderful.
I hear you, Johnny.
I hear you too. That's exactly what they're sitting on the pit stand, hoping will not happen.
But now I got a decision to make. If you're Johnny, Larry, I'm going to put it in your hands. What do you do for my driver? This guy is leading the charge, running the right line, doing everything on restarts, everything right. How do you keep me in this position to win this race? No way you're coming to pit road.
Hell no. It's way too soon. It's way too late now.
And we're going to go back racing probably with only about 3 or 4 to go.
Chase Elliott just got loose, just spun out. Kind of all by himself, coming off the
A lot, as all the drivers who have spun have been basically. They've gotten
I
loose.
think you're right, Larry. I like that call. I think that, as a driver, you like to have fresh tires, and especially at this point in time,
I never updated that.
I think that has been proven since the very beginning with the 22 at the very beginning, taking 2 tires and holding strong. Like, tires are not as big of a deal this weekend.
Early in the race, we had a restart where 4 cars.
Front 3 are still all drivers seeking their first victory.
How many drivers come to pit road and how many stay out there without new tires? Can you get through all that in the limited number of laps that are going to remain? It's only going to be 3 or 4.
No. It's in your hands. You got to do a good job. You got to get these tires cleaned up, get a good restart, and find that protect.
Larry.
Yeah, I just think with 20 drivers on the lead lap and with only 11 laps on these tires, there's going to be several that stay out, because even if those leaders come, I'm going to do opposite what that leader does. I'm going to stay out. You follow the leader.
Anyone pitting?
Right.
Not from what I can see. Couple drivers. I see. Okay, we've got. I can't even see.
I'm not going to take that outside.
I see Suarez. I see an orange car.
A little bit different conversation. You heard Jamie McMurray talk about him taking the bottom, the significance of that. I had my teammate get to my outside. I had to be very aggressive and shoot across the middle. It worked, but will it work on used tires? That's really the conversation that I'm really looking forward to and seeing how he picks to be on this front row.
I think it will. I haven't seen. I think as the time goes too, it's probably even less of a big deal. It seems like people are able to still hold strong with tires. I think do the same thing you just did.
Chase Elliott.
Come off with 2 on the outside.
7 drivers came to pit road. Among those on the lead lap, 13 stayed out. Now next Sunday on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Atlanta, where it's a whole new ball game. It's still a mile and a half, but now there's new pavement and a progressive banking.
They made it a super speedway,
New
essentially.
asphalt and a new package. The Daytona Talladega Super Speedway setup for these cars.
So Jeff Gordon in the booth joining us again, and I can't.
2019 NASCAR Hall of Fame inductee, 4-time champion, 93 wins dirt all time, 3-time Daytona 500 winner, and Hendrick Motorsports vice chairman and co-owner.
It's not the old Atlanta anymore, that's for sure.
The old Atlanta or the old Atlanta when it was a mile and a half just regular oval, like Homestead or Martinsville.
Every race thus far this season.
That's why it's so exciting.
All right, so who will join Ross Chastain in cutting the dogleg and taking the shortest route from turn 4 to turn 1?
I think about everybody.
Yes. Well, yes. Blaney, everybody. The biggest thing is you saw Chastain get very aggressive with how he was pushing, how he's doing. It's time to throw that all out the window. You're going for the win. You're going to have to rough him up if you're going to win, I think. He's going to put you in a situation where he's going to block your run, and you're going to have to do something to get up there and establish some track position.
So Briscoe and Chastain are among those who've chosen the inside. As we get ready to go.
You can see all those, but look at this. This is what I like. You see all those people, packed house, are going to watch every single line you're talking about right there. It's going to be in their face. That's why they changed this track around the configuration so these people could see that, and it's going to be right there in their lap.
Gonna restart with 3 laps to go, it looks like. This is about the average thus far this season.
So we will restart with 3 laps to go. They will choose this time. .21 lead lap cars now.
Briscoe's, he's going to take the bottom.
And Chastain and Blaney.
He's got to block 2 guys that have never won a race. That's the top 3 guys right there that have never won a race. This is as wild as you're going to see, folks.
There's some Tyler Reddick audio.
But what you gotta do here is just work your freaking stuff. This is our freaking race, so we're going there freaking get it.
A little motivation.
As if he needed any.
Yeah.
Right? Now again, let's revisit this. All he has to do is not be the first guy that fires. If Chase Briscoe spins the tires underneath, I think fair game.
Right. They'll come to the Geico restart zone, and as long as Briscoe, who in NASCAR parlance is the control car, as the leader, as long as he
Here we go. Gonna be 3 laps to go. Who's going to get the victory?
Push him. I think you'll see him looking to the inside immediately.
Here we go. Briscoe's on it.
Here we go. Car is diving into the dogleg. They're spraying all over the place. Here comes Reddick on the outside. Briscoe is going to clear them all. Great restart. Here comes Ryan Blaney on the inside, but he's going to slide back to 4th.
No problem. Good job, Chase Briscoe.
Chastain, Reddick side by side. Slightly, it's going to let Briscoe get ahead. Chastain clears Reddick. 2 laps to go. Do they have anything for the 14? I don't think so. Come on, man. Come on. Ace Briscoe looking to make his mark in the NASCAR record books.
Briscoe into turn 3.
With about, 5 car lengths on Ross Chastain. Here we go. White flag is out. Final lap at Phoenix. The Indiana kid, Chase Briscoe, looking to get his first victory in the NASCAR Cup Series. Reddick and Chastain battling side by side for second. They go through through turns 1 and 2, down to the back stretch. Here we go.
Bring it home.
The kid who always wanted to be like Tony Stewart, now racing for his idol, now driving his car. Chase Briscoe wins the Ruoff Mortgage 500 and becomes the 200th winner in NASCAR's Top Series.
Against the wall between turns 3 and 4 after contact on the final lap.
Yeah, Daniel Suarez really dove it off in there. Again, I didn't see the rest of the story, but he dove
Our 4th different winner thus far, and our 2nd first-time winner of the season.
Tyler Reddick giving Chase Briscoe a thumbs up. It's cool to see.
First career win in his 40th start.
His teammates giving congratulatory bumps.
Consecutive top 10 streak ends today. And Kevin Harvick has tied Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt on NASCAR's all-time list of consecutive top 10 finishes at one racetrack with 18.
All right, I'm just gonna check for NASCAR now for the top.
Cool, another new winner.
Hey, and I don't think
I'm way ahead of you, Danica. Stupid motherfucker.
Oh, that's pretty sporty.
Whoa! Hold on to it.
That tractor's sexy. Boston Dillon has climbed from his car. He is okay. As Chase Briscoe celebrates on the start-finish line.
Given a guy that shifted all day, he found reverse pretty easily to get himself out of that.
Hey, told me a lot about that sequential shift. If you wouldn't have done that in the old car, you'd have shelled every gear out of it in reverse. This kid is going to be pumped.
All right. I need to update the top 10 as soon as it scrolls back around because the app is all screwed up. Never mind, it's not. First time in a while that Hendrick Motorsports fails to get a top 10 finish.
And for Tony Stewart's drag racing team.
Okay, the app is still broken. Because Almirola is most certainly not the leader.
Your first one, do you?
Ever. Sure don't.
For Briscoe, the 2022 Ruoff Mortgage 500 at Phoenix Raceway. Briscoe, Chastain, Reddick, Blaney, Kurt Busch, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Logano,
Just where they were at as a strength of a team.
Suarez,
I think we saw
Buescher.
today.
Wow.
Team victory. The pit crew got it done with that final stop that allowed Briscoe to hold the lead. Regan Smith.
Well, Chase Briscoe, you had to hold off a couple late race charges, caution flags, a pit stop at the end. Your pit crew doing an amazing job. You, my friend, are the 200th winner in the Cup Series.
That's unbelievable. I was crying the whole last lap. I mean, this is definitely a team win, but just I got to thank everybody that's got me to this point. 7 years ago, I was sleeping on couches, volunteering at race shops, and was literally driving home to give up. And Briggs Cunningham and Kerry Scher and Beth Cunningham gave me an opportunity, and it's led to this. So, unbelievable. So blessed to be, driving at the organization of the team and the car that was my hero growing up. So, to get this 14 back in victory lane, to do it with Mahindra Tractors, their first year in the sport, highpoint.com, Rush Truck Center, Ford Force Racing School, everybody that's believed in me, it's unbelievable.
You have dreamed for years, as you mentioned, of driving in your idol Tony Stewart's race car. You look a lot like Tony Stewart out there today.
Yeah, those restarts, I mean, we were sliding guys and everything else, and I hope the race fans enjoyed the race. It was unbelievable from my point. So thank you guys for coming out. We've missed you the last 2 years with COVID and everything else. So so thankful to have you guys back. Without you guys, we don't have a sport. We don't get a race and do what we do for a living. So thank you to each and every one of you. I wish my wife and baby Brooks was here. Definitely special and one that's going to be remembered forever.
Chase Briscoe gets his first career win in Phoenix.
Well, let's show you his winning move.
He locks himself into the playoffs.
Final restart here. A little bit of mirror driving, maybe.
He just got established on Reddick. Reddick got to the outside but couldn't do anything with him, had to lift, and man, he shot across there. The car just made awesome grip. Chastain couldn't get that run materialized behind him. Really, they came off at the exact same speed, didn't have a run, and couldn't do anything with him.
Jamie's with the runner-up.
Chastain, best career finish.
How would you sum up
Well,
your day?
Ty's second best career finish.
The K1 track, it's that was so much fun to get to race like that at this level. Trackhouse Racing believes in me, and Advent Health and the Moose. These people, they believed in me early in the season whenever stuff wasn't going great, and if we can keep putting these together, that's so cool to race with Tyler and Chase. Yeah, I mean that's everything I've ever wanted, and my crew chief Phil Surgeon, people don't know how good he is.
He's good. He's good.
And,
He's very good.
Exactly what I needed. We just came up one spot short, but I'm so happy.
Second straight top 3 finish for Ross Chastain and this #1 team.
They're probably going to get to Reddick as well.
Chastain, but his teammate Daniel Suarez, who finished 9th today, got into it. There he is inside of the 3 of Austin Dillon.
He got in the corner. Well, he's blocking Kyle Busch.
Jeez.
And then by the time he got off the
Whoop.
three, seam was loose. He was out of control and got into the 3 and ruined his day.
So Dillon, who was en route to a top 10 finish, did not get one. He'll end up last car on the lead lap, 21st, but he walked away from the car. Okay.
Here's
Chase Briscoe,
William Byron, I think,
NASCAR's
giving
newest
a
winner.
victory hug to, well, just congratulating Chase Briscoe. Anyway, that's it for the stream today. Thank you guys so much. Obviously, I didn't hit my goals, but you know what? I had fun watching this race. It was just a blast the whole way through. Thank you. I'll be back for BattleBots on Thursday. Saturday is my birthday, but I'm also coming home. I don't know if I'll be able to get to the truck race. I think I'll be able to do the Xfinity race, so I can't wait for that. Thank you guys again so much. This is BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.